rocking on since an early age. Not since 9-7, I ain't miss a game. Came up with TD and Rod Smith. I was riding with the team when they got the chip. Before the Chevrolets and the Lobster. I remember Elway's helicopter. I'm telling you, that man was a monster. Way before he had his hands on the roster. He turned the Broncos to a powerhouse. So you know I got a shout out to Johnny Elway. He important, man. He the reason that I'm always rocking on his man. Always gotta rock orange.
What is up, Orange Weekly crew and Broncos fans? It is the night of the 2020 NFL Draft. And I know we're starting about 15 minutes late, little technical difficulties as we get rolling here with a brand new streaming service. So bear with us, guys, as we are trying to get this thing going. So start posting your comments and questions, guys. We are going to talk pretty much about anything you want to talk about throughout the draft. Once the draft starts, we're going to break down each pick as it happens live. It's going to be fantastic. We got a great crew here tonight. I'm going to bring them up here now. We got 1 second. Awesome. We got Jared, Matt, and John. How you guys doing?
Great. How are you, Kev?
Oh, well.
Living the dream every day.
Right? It is time to start breaking this stuff down, guys. We're 15 minutes away from the start of the draft where Cincinnati will take the first pick. So let's just start here, guys. What are you looking for in tonight's draft? What's something big you're looking for, a team or a player? Jared, what you got, man?
I have been going against the grain this entire time. I think we're going to pick up a linebacker.
Hey, Jared, we're going to need you to unplug your mic and plug it back in because it's pretty jumpy. Yeah, so let's go with you, Matt. Okay. You're jumpy. Hey, Matt, why don't we go with you?
I'm looking for just how they're logistically going to make it happen. I think it's interesting that it's all virtual and it's totally different, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how they can streamline the picks and still make it exciting to watch. Really, so yeah, I think every single pick in this first round is going to be a starter, and I think that it's a great class, and I think it's going to be just really cool to watch whole thing.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. And if you guys haven't done so already, grab that beer, kick back. We're going to be here for quite a while. Hopefully, the Broncos will trade up. Like we're hearing rumors about, maybe the 8th or the 10th pick. We'll see. But either way, we're going to be here all the way through the Broncos pick. Jared is out and maybe trying again. John, let's hear from you, man. First time here on Orange Weekly, so welcome.
Long time listener, big fan, love it. Glad to be here. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Kind of piggyback on what Matt was saying. I'm curious how this whole virtual thing's going to work and how people are, I'm sure they'll still find a way to boo Roger Goodell as he comes on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can do that through Twitter, guys, if you want. If you post a picture or a video of you booing, I think it was Coors or someone's going to donate $1 all the way up to $500,000 for some COVID assistant funds. So, yeah, guys, check that out and make sure you continue to boo the commissioner. He thinks it's a tradition.
It is.
It's a tradition, but it's also just because he's a shitty commissioner. But whatever.
I mean, it's a tradition to have a shitty commissioner, so you have to do it as well. That's the professional part of the game. Oh yeah,
part of the game.
What are you looking forward to, Kev?
So the Patriots, they're going to be picking after the Broncos, but there's been a lot of talk, and it makes sense, right? Hey, what are they going to do without Tom Brady? What's going to be their first step in moving on past that? Are they going to go quarterback? What are they going to do? Do they think they have a good enough quarterback for the time being and maybe try to get someone else, some other veteran? I don't know, but that's going to be something that, as names start coming off the boards, something to watch.
It'll be interesting, man. Watch Jalen Hurts go much earlier than people expect to. He may not go today, but I'm thinking early second as Jalen Hurts goes off. He could go at the end of the first round, man.
Yep.
Some people have him higher than Love. Herbert is, I don't know. I think a lot of teams don't even think he's first round pick, and some teams are really greedy for him. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes to.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some comments and questions flying already. We got Jarrell, who's watching us on YouTube. Thanks for joining us here. Lenny, let's see. She says, hello, Herm. How you doing? He's thinking Elijah Howard could be a name to watch. David Bibbs, what's up, Kev Dan? Go Broncos. Welcome to the show. Gerald wants Henry Ruggs the third. So hopefully he's there. We'll see. Jennifer, how you doing? Lonnie, Jesse, David is thinking trade up for a tackle. Red Cloud, one of our Orange Weekly OGs. Kevin Hollingsworth, let's go Broncos. Yeah, man. Kyle, Judy, and Ruggs. He's happy with either of those. Keith, no, good to see you guys as well. I know it's been tough without sports lately, but look, it's finally here. It's like Christmas.
Yeah,
we finally got some sports to watch. We got some other people: Allison, John, Nate, Anthony, Wallace. You guys are fantastic. Hit that share button for me. We are 10 minutes away from the start of the draft. So, yeah, outside.
So excited.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm telling you, this isn't fake. This is us drinking beer and actually like stoked for this. More so than any other year. Like I'm always looking forward to this, guys, but this is different.
What's greater, Kevin? This or the start of free agency?
This.
Yes.
Free agency is interesting just because of all the moves across the NFL, but this is it.
Free agency is like Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It's just like the prelude to the holiday season. Like free agency is like, all right, the teams are starting to build again. The draft's coming up. And then draft is like Christmas. You know,
Absolutely.
boom. Yep.
Nope.
So 3 hours of just you don't know what's going to happen next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, guys. So once again, my name's Kev Dan. I got John, Matt, and Jared is attempting to come back with his audio. But again, we are going to be here throughout the NFL draft, all the way up through the Broncos pick. If the Broncos trade up for some crazy reason up to the number 1 pick, this is going to be a very short show. That's not going to happen, but pretty much that's what we're going to be doing. Hey, Jared, let's try that audio one more time. Good, sir.
Mic check 1,
Nope.
2. What?
Nope.
Son of
Nope.
Sure, this
Hey,
is
Jared.
a family show, man. What are you doing?
Do a hard reset. We'll see you in a bit, bud.
Holy.
Oh man, this is good, guys. We were trying this new platform here for the first time, and so that's why we started late. But we're here, and we're glad all of you are here with us as well. Like I said, hit that share button. Okay, let's focus on the Broncos for the next 10 minutes or so, because after that, we're gonna be focusing on each team as they're coming up on the pick. Broncos have a variety of needs. Obviously, I think wide receiver is not only a need, but more a popular decision because we want somebody strong on the other side of the field from Cortland Sutton, that secondary threat, right? So, John, is that a good move? Do you like that move, or do you think we need to go for something that we actually need, like maybe a linebacker or even a tackle?
It's an interesting question, and it's interesting because there's so many solid wide receivers in this draft. So there's going to be, I think, from everything we read, that we're going to see a lot of wide receivers probably falling just because of that depth. So teams know they can get a solid wide receiver later in the draft, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos actually go a different direction. I know everyone is expecting them to take a wide receiver first round, but I mean, when has LA really done what everyone thought he was going to do? It's been a while. So we know he's going to trade most likely at some point because that's what he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he trades back. Seen a lot of things of him trading back and then potentially trading back into the first round and having 2 first-round late picks. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Matt, I'll have you take that one first, unless we want to test Jared's audio again.
Yeah, can we check again? Is this any better?
We're
It's
good.
better?
It's
all right,
better,
that's what I like to hear.
Okay,
all right,
well,
just a
then
good old hard reset.
Let's skip Matt. Jared,
yeah, let's skip Matt.
Did you hear your question?
Yeah, I heard. The thought process of Elway picking a first round, then trying to trade back into the first round. I think it's a really good idea, and I honestly think with the amount of depth at wide receiver that is probably going to go late in the first round, I can see him doing that to come back in and probably get Mims out of Baylor. That's my guess. Because I think we're pretty high, and what I was trying to say earlier before my mic cut out on me is I'm really high on trying to pick up a linebacker, and whether or not we have to trade back and get Patrick Queen or we just take Murray at 15. I think that's my thought process on it. I know I said on the podcast a couple of times I have a bet with David with it as well. But I think that'd be a good call if we could pick up a linebacker at 15 and then trade back into the first to get Mims somehow. I think that's not unlike Elway.
That's true. That's true. And if the Broncos do get another first round pick, we're not going to be here for it. So
All right.
we're just do that first pick. Let's see. Billy here. Billy, how you doing? Says first round tackle and second round Chase Claypool. What do you guys think about that, Matt?
I am so sorry, Kev. I was listening to music. Can you please?
Of course you were.
There's I got a screen here and I got this tracker here, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. No, I got the TV up here too. It's okay. Yeah. Billy is thinking a first round tackle and second round Chase Claypool.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Chase Claypool may go late second round, maybe. But I think he could be a star number one receiver too. Like, he's got a lot of great attributes, and first round tackle is a good way to go. There's a few like top prospects and then it drops off for a while. So if you don't get one of the top guys, then you just don't get one maybe. So
here's another cool thing. I mean, with what John was saying and trading back up, if we get a tackle in the first round, we could use Garrett Bowles as trade bait to try to get back into the first round a bit
There's
later.
Been rumors of that, and I think most of Broncos country would be okay with it.
Oh yeah, you gotta get rid of this guy, man.
Yep.
Bowles is
who's going to trade for Bowles is my question.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, a team that already has 17 penalties per game.
The Houston Texans. The Houston
Texans. Yeah. They're on a roll right now. I think that's a good call.
Yeah. No, I think they're the candidate to trade for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? He says, "Yay, Jared, it works. Did you trade your Ford mic for that one works for one that works like the Chevy mic?"
Oh.
Yeah. Shot at Ford. I'm glad I don't have any Fords, but yeah, no, this is much better. It was the good old IT try. Unplug it and plug it back in. That's all it took.
Let's see. Wallace, how you doing? He says, let's get Jalen Hurts. Could be an interesting thing there. Keith, check the short in between the chair and the computer, Jared. So it sounds like you did that.
Yeah.
Anthony, how you doing?
Support here.
Anthony has a specific question for John or Matt. He was wondering, why did the Denver Broncos go for Justin Simmons' brother, Isaiah Simmons? So he asked specifically for you guys, so I'll let you take it.
I'll let you go first, Matt.
Oh, you want me to go first? Well, I think Isaiah Simmons is, arguably the best player in this draft. He is incredibly athletic. He can play a number of positions on defense, and I think Fangio would have such a great way to use him in our defense, such that we could cover Travis Kelce, any tight end. You could cover a big receiver. You can blitz. You can do so much with him that I think any team is trying to get him, and if the Broncos were able to do that, then wow, you land a potential next Von Miller type of impact,
Yeah. No, it'd be amazing, obviously. Who wouldn't want this guy? He's arguably, like you said, the best player in the draft, defensively at least. Maybe Chase Young, obviously, being the number one choice. But
yeah.
But yeah, no, everyone's super high on this guy. The thing is, I don't see the Broncos being in a position to even go after him, to trade up to be in a position to get him. If he starts sliding, it'd be interesting. If he gets to the low end of the first 10 picks, it's a possibility. But we're going to have to give up a lot to get this guy, I think. So I really don't see it as a legitimate possibility. If it happens, obviously I'd be thrilled, and he'd be amazing in the Broncos defense, right? Working with Fangio. So love it. But yeah, I think it's probably out of the realm of possibility of what we're seeing right now.
I think that Patrick Queen or Kenneth Murray are great options at 16 as well. Or 15. They're both really athletic. They're not as athletic as Isaiah Simmons, but they're both really good. And that's just a position that's been lacking for the Broncos for years now. So, I think it's a viable option if the tackles are gone, if the top three receivers are gone. If you keep going down that list, I think that the linebacker is a high consideration for Elway. And I think you get a really good one, a long-term starter out of Queen and Murray. So it doesn't have to be Simmons. It could be one of these two guys.
Yeah. And what I like the most about Murray is that when they did his interviews and everything, they're saying he's the most leadership ready defender in this draft too. He's got the personality and the drive and all of his teammates say nothing but good things about him. Yeah. So that's something that I think that especially the Broncos have been lacking here. And I think that's something that could really benefit us.
Mm-hmm. Got a couple minutes away from the draft, guys. Already we're looking at something saying the Lions and Miami might be looking at making a trade that effectively swap the number 3 and number 5 pick. So already news coming in. Like I said, draft is just a couple minutes away. Glad you guys are here. Hit that share button for us and tell everybody else that this is really the show to watch, because we're the only ones talking to you guys. And that's really, don't be talked at, Let's see.
And who wouldn't want a Broncos perspective, right?
Right, exactly. Let's see. John, how you doing? Brett says Simmons is arguably the best option to counter Mahomes. Look, we're going to have to play the guy twice a year for the next 20 years.
Every single team in the NFL has to play these guys. The Mahomes and Chiefs are like the new sort of Patriots in terms of excellence, right? So you have to know how to beat them if you want to win a Super Bowl. So Simmons gives you that. You know what I mean? He can line up probably against anybody on that offense and cover them. You know what I mean? So it just adds that extra dynamic to make you able to win those big games, right? And I don't know, man. He'd be a great one to have. They could change everything, but he's going to go in the top 4, I think.
I think so as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan has a great idea. He says, "Let's boo Goodell at the beginning." So, how about we all get it done? And the first time we see him, let's go ahead and get that boo out of the way and keep up with that tradition.
Sounds good.
That's a good idea, Dylan. In fact, if you guys want to post your booing videos to our page, send it to us on our Twitter or whatnot. Go for it. Be all about that. Red Cloud says, "Where are your Broncos jerseys?" We got. We're all wearing Broncos stuff except
Going
for
old school.
Yeah, old school. I got the good luck, jacket on.
That's a freaking nice jacket, man.
It might have cost me like $300 right after the Super Bowl.
I get it. I get it.
Don't tell my wife. I think even 5 years later, she might kick my ass.
She's probably watching.
No, by this point, she's not. And watch, the next comment's going to be yes and
Her.
Jared, are you drinking wine?
What? No, it's a drink.
What's wrong with being classy?
Are you mad because I'm drinking it pinky out? Is that what you're getting at?
Sorry, no, I just saw it go down quick. And I thought it was like a wine glass. I was like, oh man, Jared's rocking the red.
Wow. It'd be better if it was white wine.
Yeah. A little spritzer, keep it classy.
Okay. Hector has a good question. Matt says, how long to pick number 1? They should be starting any minute here.
They're on the clock, man.
Yep, I got it pulled up right now.
They're on the clock? Okay.
Wow.
Here's my question.
Not what I'm thinking on NFL Network, so.
You think the picks are going to take longer or shorter with this virtual layout?
I think the first couple might be a bit longer. Just trying to work out some glitches, but I think it'll smooth out.
So it looks like they have live streams of all the draft rooms and stuff too. So that's kind of cool. They're showing video of people's draft rooms.
Wait.
Let's see.
No, not on mine. Damn, whatever.
So first pick is going on right now. We're going to wait and see what comes in, but let's move that conversation. Let's see. Hector is asking, let's do one more question here for Hector. If there was a sleeper player for the Broncos, who would it be?
A sleeper player?
Yeah. Maybe somebody that we're not considering drafting.
I've heard a lot about Javon Kinlaw lately. Could be a sleeper for the Broncos at D-line. It'd be interesting. I don't know how I'd feel about getting a defensive lineman with our needs elsewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kinlaw is an interesting one. It's weird at 15. I don't know if anybody we get at 15 is really a sleeper. I mean, I think anybody that we get at 15 is going to be able to help.
I'm not trying to pronounce his first name properly, but Kaylavon Chasen. He's compared to, in terms of his potential as a DeMarcus Ware, he's got amazing leadership ability. He wears number 18 for LSU. It's like a traditional number for the school. But, it's a sleeper because I think that we already have 2 good pass rushers. So why add a third? However, if he's the best player on the board available, I'm not saying it's not a possibility. It could very well happen.
I don't know if that's a sleeper or just like of all the top 15 players, I think that's the one that I would really scratch my head on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would scratch my head too, but I don't know. I'm trying to reach a little bit.
Yeah. Sure the other thing I think of is corners. The only one I don't want to see is CJ Henderson coming to us either. I like the guy, but he's a man guy. He's not a physical corner that we need in the NFL. And just for me, I just think that would be one that another head scratcher. I get that we think we need help in the secondary with the loss of Chris Harris, but that's not one we want.
He's a really good cover guy. He can play man to man really well, but in zone he has trouble tackling. So I don't know if we want a corner that can't tackle in this division.
Yeah.
It's not a smart ones, but I think there's a lot of players. I think Antoine Winfield could be one of these sleeper guys that we pick. We may reach a little bit on, but great safety prospect. I don't know, man. AJ Epinesa can play the 5 really well, the 3.
Yeah, I like AJ Epinesa.
Yeah. There's
I'm
so many.
I'm not going to be surprised if the top 4 tackles are gone, if the top 3 wide receivers are gone. I think that's when we're trading back.
Yeah.
I see
not
that.
worth it at that point.
No.
Well, that's when you maybe start looking
get
at the
it.
linebackers
Maybe linebacker, maybe cornerback at that point, but I think we're
Yeah.
trading back.
Yeah, it depends on how far back we trade back. If we trade back like 2 or 3 picks, then yeah, I think Kenneth Murray could still be there. If we paid back, I don't know, like 10 picks, then maybe Patrick Queen if he's still there. But I mean, after that though, linebackers really shut down.
But if you trade back to the end of the first, man, you can grab another great receiver. Like there's so many. Like after the top 3, there's like 6 or 7 receivers that will be day 1 starters. So it's not like if we don't get one of these top 3, we can't get a good receiver. You know what I mean? It's almost worth trading back for. Like if we get KJ Hamler is a speed demon, man. He's like as fast as Tyreek Hill. He's as dynamic and athletic. He can be that X factor that the Chiefs have for the Broncos. So yeah.
I'm not gonna be surprised if we don't take a wide receiver with the first pick and taking like 2 in the next 2 picks even. So just doubling up
this year. Yeah. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm like,
I know, right?
Okay,
guys.
I'm kind of mad it hasn't already
let's go.
It's going.
Yeah, I know.
Got to do a little moment of heartful.
Oh, here we go. Commissioner's having his boo. Sorry.
Going for freaking COVID, aren't they?
Oh yeah, we just booed COVID.
Oh, boys.
No, on mine I have Goodell.
Yeah, but he's talking about Corona.
I meant listening to him.
We'll take that back.
Sure.
Think I'm going to listen to him?
No.
I'm booing for him getting on the stage.
Okay, there you go.
Let's go back
First
to
and last appearance on Orange Weekly.
Yeah, right.
Man. Yeah, and you're gone.
My bad.
Let's move. So
Sorry,
wait,
John.
is Cincy on the clock right now? Because I'm not seeing that.
No, they're still doing the intro stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
Cool. Let's see some more questions here. Yeah, Jesse says you can't boo him now. Sorry, everyone.
My bad.
Take
My
that
bad.
back.
I wasn't listening to him.
Let's see. Hey, we got Matt Ryan, not the quarterback, but Matt Ryan here from Australia. So we are international here tonight at Orange Weekly, and that is fantastic. So welcome, Ryan. Glad you're here. Let's see. Sherry's asking who's the new Denver Broncos lineup. Obviously, we're going to see some changes that after tonight. We'll have a much better idea of being able to grade our draft and everything. So David is saying, let's go Broncos, get an O lineman. So we can definitely talk more about that if you guys have any comments.
Oh, I think that's a premier position to get, man. And Garrett Bowles is the perfect reason and the only argument you need. So
I like it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That is, yeah. Okay.
Enough
said about that.
There is a huge drop off again between those top 4 and after that at tackle. So it's just going to depend what happens. Always.
Yeah, there is a big drop, and I think it's worth reaching for one of these tackles. Like you have to, if Elway wants one specifically, he's gonna have to trade and get him. You know what I mean? It's that kind of draft, right? Like all 4 could go in the top 10 for all we know. It's anything could happen.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Sam Kerr, said it's hard to find an early sleeper, 2nd or 3rd round. He could see Agim from Arkansas. He climbed up from the 7th round draft grade. Versatile, can play defensive tackle or defensive end. So obviously, I think once we get deeper into the draft is where we're really hoping those players can really still make that starting lineup or make the roster and have an impact. So that'd be something for us to watch for tomorrow. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing this tomorrow, guys. So again, my name's Kev Dan. We got Jared, Matt, and John here at Orange Weekly breaking down the draft for you guys all the way up through the Broncos pick. So
what happened to Dr. Kelso?
Well, that was an inside joke that people wouldn't understand. So
well, we didn't understand it when you pulled it up. So
you guys named me Dr. Kelso. That wasn't even a me thing. That was you guys.
I take no responsibility for that.
You know why I drink? It's because of you guys.
You're welcome.
I'll take responsibility for that one. That's fine.
That was a compliment. So
Yeah, okay. Kevin's a raging alcoholic.
It's COVID. Everyone can be an alcoholic. There's no rules.
Exactly.
Naturally, yeah. But
we
need some sort of leeway period before we go back in, so they can stop drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Something like that, right? Like I said, Austin, how you doing? David, Jesse, we talked to those guys. Matt Ryan, our friend from Australia, says, he's the real Matt Ryan because he would never blow a 28-3 lead.
Oh, Matt, how you feel about that one, huh? That was a stab. Not good.
Okay, well, I've heard them all. I've felt the pain, but it still hurts, man. Every time it just still hurts.
Matt's kind of a oddity here at Orange Weekly. He's a Falcons fan at heart. He loves to talk football, which is why he joined us here. But he also has a Kermit the Frog, Pat Mahomes poster hanging up in his bedroom.
He does.
So, no, I mean, here, like the people know, man. Like I was brought in to be the antagonist for Jared. Like Jared,
that's how this started.
I would just talk about all the other teams, right? And fuck it, I just kept that role, man. That's it.
Yeah, kept it rolling.
Just the antagonist, you know.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You guys out. Otherwise, it'd just be, you know, Broncos win 50-0 every week. You know, you're
something like
45. Come on.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
let's see. Travis, one of my good friends, Travis is here. How you doing? Make sure I get caught up on these comments here. Gary says it's Judy or bust. Do you guys believe that?
No.
No. There's so much talent. Go ahead, John.
Yeah.
I mean, the flip-flop between Ruggs, Judy, CeeDee Lamb, any of those we're going to be happy with. I am a little concerned with Ruggs. I mean, everyone's up on Ruggs. Everyone wants Ruggs. He's got the speed. He's going to be the opposite of Cortland Sutton. He's going to be taking the top off defenses, which is awesome. I'm just concerned that the speed is all he's got, and I'm a little concerned with that. But I'll be happy. We'll see. I mean,
he apparently
it's not Judy or bust by any means, though.
Ruggs apparently tested in the 98th percentile at the combine in terms of his like performance, and Judy tested in the 82nd percentile, and CeeDee was like 80th or something like that. So Ruggs is like athletically is insane. He's like the Tyreek Hill level of athlete plus the speed. So he hasn't had. I think Judy steals the show a lot. And he's a slot receiver, so he's a possession guy who can take it to the house, whereas Ruggs is a take it to the house guy who can also be a possession person, right? So it's like they're both great. I think Judy's a great pick. CeeDee Lamb's a great pick. Ruggs a great pick. They'll have their risk. They'll have their benefit. But, man, it's definitely not Judy or bust.
Let's see. Really quickly, I want to call out Brian here. He says, truly appreciate you guys pulling this together. Brian and everyone else watching, we're doing this for you guys because really – all of us here on stage, we'd be talking through the draft anyway, right? So why not do this and interact with you guys as well? So we are more than happy to be here for you guys tonight. Let's see. Brandon says, can we show the draft, please? Unfortunately, guys, we don't have the proper licenses and everything to be able to show what's on TV. So we're not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. If you want to have the TV on and then mute it and listen to us versus those commentators, then by all means, I am very okay with that. We are international even more. Breno, how you doing if I'm saying your name right? He is a Broncos fan in Brazil. So we are in two separate countries, 3 if you count you, Matt, up there in Canada. Canada.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that a country, though?
It's not really a country.
Not just 3 countries, but 3 continents.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I think we have multiple. I mean, we're all over the world. We have a lot in the UK. We have a lot in, obviously, we have a couple in Australia, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I love football for that, man. There's little pockets of football fans all around the world. It's great.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
The future.
Bruce says he likes our setup, guys. First time is serving us well. Might have to follow. He needs you're gonna have to definitely follow us. But yeah, appreciate this. First time we're doing this setup, guys. So yeah, we're gonna be pulling up some stock footage later on of the players as they get drafted. Jared's gonna help run that. So as people get drafted, we'll have some video up there for you guys to see. Let's see. Richard says he is from New York. Glad you're here, man. We got Jason from Long Beach, California. Joseph asked, Locke is locked up as a starter, correct? I can't see any other reason why he wouldn't be.
At least this season, right? There's no way.
No.
For once, we can say that, right?
Again, I can't even remember.
It's been said over and over again.
They brought in Jeff Driscoll to back him up.
That's
Driscoll.
right. Driscoll.
You know what I mean? It's like it's his job to lose. It's his team to you know what I mean? It's all about Locke. And I think that's the right way to go.
Something tells me the front office is just as frustrated with the quarterback battles as we are.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they should be.
Mm-hmm.
They should be.
Every great team in the league has consistency at that position. You know what I mean? And Elway knows that, and it's hard to find, but I think this is a good shot, man. Locke is promising. I love his confidence and his ability to go out and just kind of, execute. It's great.
Yeah.
You know,
he's got the right mindset for sure. Yeah. Hopefully we can back it up this season.
Yeah. And Driscoll's a good backup, but I think he's indicative of he's a backup. There's no competition.
That's what he is. That's what he is. He's a traveling backup.
Yeah. So now you got to think: do you draft to protect him or do you draft to arm him? You know what I mean? It's like where. So I think you go best player available, right? But it's say both are available, the offensive tackle and the receiver, man. That's just a really tough one to choose from, right?
I mean, you got to go offensive tackle if the top four are there. If one of the top four are there, because it's loaded wide receiver later on, like I said.
I think with a guy like Drew Lock, if you can get him that protection, he can make other receivers look better. He has the arm and the talent to do it. So not that he's going to have too much trouble, but it's that left side that is going to continue to give us troubles if we don't improve that there. So, you can give him all the weapons, but if he's not standing on his feet, then, what good is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's where I think we could see a surprise pick there by other people's standards, where everyone's talking about a wide receiver. Well, if there's that situation where they're both there, I think that's an easy call.
Yeah.
Let's see really quickly. We got Stefan here from. Here it is.
There we go. I was actually reading the subtitles this time. I didn't want to step ahead of me.
Oh yeah, are we booing this time? Boo.
I was like, what are we doing? Hold on.
Oh man, he's watching people boo him, and as usual,
he's still talking about it. No, so I don't know if you guys thought, but we were talking that there was a commercial about the booing, and he was like, he actually partnered with Bud Light. You were talking about this earlier, Kevin, about the whole they're giving away a bunch of money for COVID if they boo him, and he was like, yeah, it just wouldn't be the same if I wasn't down here getting booed. I think you own it, and I think that's pretty cool.
Own it for a good cause, right?
Right.
Oh,
jeez.
So excited.
Yep, here we go.
Okay, cool. Really quickly, we got Stefan here from Germany. How you doing? Fidel is from North Hollywood in California. Jonathan and Dylan, you guys are awesome. But yes, Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock, so let's start breaking this down. Cincinnati needs a quarterback. There's nothing else to talk about. We know what they have to do.
Yeah,
there's nothing else to do.
If this doesn't come in, it's going to kicker. First overall kicker ever.
Hey, it's going to happen sometime. I'm not saying it'll be, but you never know. You never know. But why Joe Burrows? Why not Tua? Is it just the injury, or what does Burrows have that fits them better?
His quarterback rating goes up when he's under pressure.
He's going to be under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but he performs at that level. He's only started that one season. Granted, the experience may not necessarily be all there. However, he's more fresh than maybe a Tua or a Herbert, who's been playing consistently for the last couple of years. And he just has that sort of instinct you want in a quarterback to improvise, like kind of Russell Wilson, like a Mahomes does, like Deshaun Watson. He's not as athletic as these guys, but he has the sort of ability to get out of the pocket, think differently, gain time, and throw it. It's all sort of natural for him. And he's just, he's a stud, man. Like this guy is, Andrew Luck type of prospect. He deserves to be there, and I think he'll be great for the Bengals for the next 15 years if he stays healthy.
How confident are you in that, Matt?
How confident?
And him being Andrew Luck for the Bengals for the next 15 years.
Yeah. I'd be okay, like betting my franchise on this guy. From what I know, I'm not a GM. I'm going from what I know, but I'm not saying this like because in hindsight, but I actually had Patrick Mahomes as the best quarterback in his draft class. When I studied, when I looked at all that and looked at my sources, like he to me was the best quarterback in that class. And people didn't believe me, and he turned out well. So I don't know. I like Joe.
I usually don't believe you when you say something for the first time, so it's okay.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Believe me, if you want, I have no reason to lie about that. But it's just like I think Burrow has that factor. He looks like he's gonna go and just get it done. And I think the Bengals are a better team than we think they are. And I don't know, man. Like it's a good pick for sure.
So really quickly, guys, I want to get some other comments in. Joseph asked me to give a big shout out to Broncos in the desert. We know how strong they are out in Arizona, so you guys are fantastic. Glad you're watching. But Bruce makes a kind of a point. Cincinnati could trade the first round pick to Miami for a fine war chest. So is this something, if you're Cincinnati, are you even considering listening to anyone else?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And it's been rumored that they've been asking multiple times to get that trade up for the number 1 pick, and they've said no, all of them. If you're looking for your franchise quarterback, I agree with Matt. I think the one person that knows how to read a defense and could probably read an NFL defense is Joe Burrow. I think the rest of them are good, and I think they're kind of system quarterbacks, and I think that's why you need Joe Burrow to come in there and be able to read a defense at the NFL level. He's the day one starter. He's ready to be day one starter. The other ones are going to struggle right off the bat. Don't get me wrong. I think that they're going to be good quarterbacks later on. I have my doubts against Herbert, but there's some other issues there. But I think Joe Burrow's the guaranteed number 1 starter. And if you build a team around him, I think you'll be successful in the long run. So trading out of this to basically trading out of a franchise quarterback it doesn't make sense.
Ryan says he won't be staying with the Bengals for 15 years. Nobody deserves that. So, I mean, he's not wrong.
What I said. He'll be there for 4 years and he'll demand
4 years.
I get you.
Or AJ Green.
No, that's awesome.
Oh man. Well, yeah, we're watching Joe Burrow there at his home with his mom and dad, waiting for that call. That we are. If I was a betting man, I'd put so much money onto that, but I'm not because I don't have.
I mean, they can't.
The odds are like, they really can't.
But if I bet on it, then I'm going to lose all that money. Something else is going to happen.
Yeah, it's like a.
No, man, it's not worth it. Come on, Zach, make the pick, man. He's like playing solitaire.
Yeah,
he forgot
he's playing Minesweep.
Probably. He's just fucking like.
Well, if you're waiting, I guess you're waiting to take those calls to see if anyone's going to be willing to do something stupid and
I'll give you my entire roster.
Yeah, exactly. So otherwise, they're waiting, but
do it, man.
You
take Joe Burrow.
Well, yeah, that's 100%.
Like I'm sure Miami was ready to give up their 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? Like they're probably willing to give everything they had this year to go up and grab him. So just based on the guy's value alone, you're lucky enough to get him. You may never, ever draft a prospect like that again. You take him, kind of like the Von Miller. The Bradley Chubb pick was like that. You can't afford not to take this great potential Hall of Fame player. No matter what, you have to take that thing,
Thank you, Cleveland, for passing on.
Yeah,
thank you, Cleveland. Yeah.
Denzel Ward's good. Like Denzel Ward is a good corner, but Bradley Chubb is
once in a lifetime.
You know what I mean?
Like, hopefully, right? Hopefully, he comes back this year and has that Von Miller bounce.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he will, man. Guy's not human.
So let's look at the last 20 years, top pick being a quarterback. And I was just looking at this earlier, and it was surprising to see how many really panned out. So Kyler Murray, jury's still out. Baker Mayfield, I'd say jury's still out.
Mm-hmm.
Some could argue that. Jared Goff, Jameis Winston, Andrew Luck, NFL was great.
Andrew Luck, yeah.
Cam Newton, not on the team. Sam Bradford, backup. Matthew Stafford, franchise quarterback. Jamarcus Russell, Alex Smith, Eli Manning, Carson Palmer, David Carr.
I mean, we're at about if I listen to that name, we're about 50% for whether or not they actually panned out or not.
I go lower. So that's my concern with the number 1 pick. Has it really worked out at quarterback?
Yeah, well, that's so
odds you got to take.
The actual prospect, though. You can't compare drafting Jamarcus Russell to Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? That's like.
Can't you? I mean, everyone loved Jamarcus Russell that year.
Yeah, but the way players have been evaluated has changed dramatically since that time. And that was the Al Davis pick, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily the best pick, right? Like the way we evaluate quarterback has evolved in the last 10 years, right? And it's shown by like the type of quarterback drafted. You're no longer looking for that tall, strong, stand in the pocket, throw the freaking technical time ball. You know what I mean? It's about keeping time, gaining time, being dynamic. These are the quarterbacks who win. So it's changing, right? Like Joe Burrow is just part of this evolution. And I think that, he's the best quarterback in this draft class. And I think he's one of the best prospects out there. I don't like, he's better, than Winston. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm so sorry.
No, we're good. Bengals pick is in.
There we go.
So we are waiting for the official word. Goodell to come out there and announce it. Next up, pretty much Washington will be going on the clock here in a minute, and we can move the conversation over to them.
Just real quick, Matt, everything you said is totally right. Like, yes, of course, he's the number one prospect. It's just interesting to look at the history, even in the last 5 years.
No, for sure. I don't deny the history. I just, to me, it's all individual sort of instances. It's hard to compare. And if you were to take all those quarterbacks and sort of rank them based on their college tape alone, I think you'd find that Joe Burrow would be at the top amongst many of those quarterbacks, regardless, right? So Sam Darnold was a really highly rated prospect, and I think his thing is he got hurt many times. So it's, he's hard to compare. Jamarcus Russell, he had one great game, and Al Davis was he's the guy. And you know what I mean? It's just, those guys are, they're interesting, but he didn't get called yet. Oh my God. Is it Tua?
I mean, this is the thing. First off, it's Cincy.
Could you imagine?
So, can you imagine?
That would be.
And then boom.
If you, oh my gosh, yeah, no. If it was Tua, they would have taken Miami's trade offer.
Oh yeah,
not necessarily.
No, I don't know.
Oh, we see.
I mean,
Joe Burrow. There you go.
Everyone.
So Joe Burrow there
Burrow,
with the Bengals
Burrow.
hat in
Joe
his
Burrow.
hands. So,
yeah, he's there.
Here we go.
Unless he's just getting ready. It'd be
Selection.
terrible if he was getting ready for it, and it was like,
yeah. And then,
Everything's on Joe
I don't
Burrow.
have this hat now.
yeah, and it's like Tua, and he's just holding on to it. It's like, what the
Joe Burrow, the official number 1 pick of the 2020 NFL draft, going to Cincinnati. So that's exactly what everyone expected. I would not have been surprised if the Bengals did something ridiculous, but in this case, they did not. So Red Cloud says bye-bye to Burrow's career. Once again, it's one of those things. Nobody deserves to stay in Cincinnati for too long, right?
No.
David, our very own David Satin, who for some reason couldn't join us tonight. So Jared's facial hair is legal to show on the internet.
No, it's not, man.
Wow. Look, man, I'm on leave for so long.
Let's see. Dylan, I don't think I've said hi to you yet. Ponch, how you doing? Make sure I catch up on these. Look like we are. So, with that being said, let's move on to Washington. You need an offensive lineman, wide receiver, and a cornerback. So, obviously, I think if you're them, you got to go with that offensive lineman, get some protection, right?
Washington?
No, you go Chase Young. Young, defensive line.
I'm thinking again, I'm expecting Washington to do something stupid. Okay.
Dude, yeah.
Well, best player available, and
they're not that.
And by far, best player in this draft is Chase Young. And the only reason a quarterback goes first is because it's such an important position. But by far, probably the best athlete in this class is Chase Young by far.
And I think they still give Haskins a year. I could see them go Tua here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something stupid. However, again, this is just.
I want that shakeup.
They'd be passing on a potential Hall of Fame player here again, right? It's you have to pick him, even though you may have needs elsewhere. You have to pick him. Absolutely.
Well, here's the interesting thing: the Detroit Lions, I know, we're looking at Chase Young as well. So if Chase Young's is gone, now do they do that trade with Miami and swap the 3rd and 5th pick? Their guy's gone.
For sure.
That's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, this is a no-brainer for Chase Young. The top 2 picks have been locked for this whole offseason. Obviously, we're not the general managers. We're not making a decision, but there's no one in the world that's picking someone else over Chase Young in a mock draft or anything like that. So if they do something else, it's going to be a huge shock.
I think so.
Really, pick 3 is where the draft really starts in this year.
Yeah. And even pick 3, I mean, unless Miami trades up, but it should be Okuda to the Lions. You know what I mean? That's a need. That's a great spot. Like he fits that defensive scheme, and it would work. However, I think they could still pick up Okuda, trade down to 5 and get him, you know?
Exactly.
Hey, Jared, quick question because I don't want to type it out. Can you bring up your screen, or do I need to bring that up for you?
I can. What do you want to show? Where we
Oh
showing
no, just
Joe Burrow highlights or what?
I figured you had something up, so just whenever you feel like you
I
have
can pull
anything
up
to
some
show.
Joe Burrow headlights if we want, but I think I'm going to wait for the Chase Young because I have those ready and I'm excited for him.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see. I mean, anything else the Redskins could be thinking right now, though? Or are you just like, I mean, you see Chase Young's there, but are you even looking at any other possibilities?
I mean, offensive tackle, like you mentioned, but it's not going to happen.
No. They're not looking at anything else but maybe quarterback. But even then, I think they still ride on Haskins for a couple years.
They have to. You can't go first round twice in a row here.
Yeah.
Unless you're Arizona.
Yeah. But even then, like if say Washington is picking first overall and Burrow was there, they may go Burrow. You know, they may pull in Arizona, right? I think but they have to take freaking Chase Young, man.
Well, the pick is in. It's been in for a little bit now, so we'll get word here in a second. But I think we can all agree Chase Young, and now we could probably expect that trade.
Now we can
from
see
the
some
Lions
action happening. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, freaking Ryan Tannehill. What's Ryan Tannehill going to do this year, man? Like 23 touchdowns. You know,
23 total passes. No, 23 passes.
100 yards.
One a game.
One a game.
Holy, and they'll be like 11-5.
Yeah, still.
Again. Whatever.
Yeah, my brother's a huge Titans fan, and he's like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, give that guy so much money.
Well, too much money, man. Way too much. Like, anyways.
Hey guys, keep posting your comments, questions. We'll keep answering them as we go through this. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the team that's up mostly. While we have a little bit of a lull right here, will Denver trade up into the top 10 is Fidel's question. So
we're hoping.
What is the likelihood of that, do you guys think?
Very likely, man.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it could very well happen.
8 or 10?
8. Oh, 8. Cardinals, 10. Yeah, I think Browns kind of stay put. Browns might try to trade up a little bit too. They might try to go to 8. But I think the Panthers are willing to trade, man. They're in the middle of a rebuild. So, they're actually, at the beginning of a rebuild. So they might try to stock up some picks. Chargers, if their guy's not there, they could look to trade back. Like, yeah, man, there's a lot of people willing to move in here. Considering that you didn't have enough time with the prospects or as much as you would normally with the pro days and the interviews and the medicals and stuff like that, I think a lot of teams are going to be more willing to kind of trade back and, gain assets for next year or whatever. Not take a risk.
Yeah. But is that what the Broncos should be doing? They're going to have to give up to move up. I think the more likely scenario is trading back still.
For sure.
Well, if our guys aren't there.
What is the chances of them actually picking at 15? How about that?
Ooh. I know Vegas odds. I don't know.
I'd say 50%.
I would say 50%. If we don't get the trade at 8 or 10, I think it's if we get a good enough deal to trade down. And who's still on the board? So is it? What are you willing to give to get to trade down from 15?
Yeah.
I know there's always in the past couple drafts, there's always been one or two teams that just go far left from what they everybody was thinking they were going to do, and I'm expecting that here too, and especially the top 10. I'm expecting someone to just go far left and pick someone that's not even a top 20 guy and thinking that they are, and if that's the case, then people are going to drop.
The Raiders last year.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Raiders.
Clelin Ferrell or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Something will happen. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Raiders aren't in the top 10, so.
Yeah,
can't expect them, but
they're still before us. They're one pick. They're a couple picks for us.
To be honest with you guys, I'm kind of hoping for a scenario like last year where we trade back a few picks and then get enough capital to trade back into the first round and not blow everything to get back into the first round.
Yeah,
to get 2 picks.
Late time, yeah.
Let's see, Monica.
To get who? Who do you want in the late round?
No, I'm saying. Oh, there it is. And
Ron Rivera, the head coach. We did see Chase Young get a phone call, so
Chase
yeah.
Young, it is.
That's a big
Young.
play. Yo, that defensive line is going to
You
be
have to pick him up.
insane.
Oh, yeah.
Payne, Young, Kerrigan still playing. Like, wow. Man.
And with that selection, it is Chase Young. Detroit is on the clock. And now here's where we start talking about
trades,
some trades. So,
Yep.
you know.
Now, here's the thing.
Well,
I think
real
Miami
quick-
might be going after a tackle here if they trade up.
Really?
Before we go into that, I have some Chase Young highlight tape here that I want
Let's do it.
to show. So I just want to watch like his outside of the like just the way that he can get off the edge is just amazing. Like his speed rush is just unreal.
No, he's going to be a difference maker, a playmaker from day one.
He's
you
like
know?
Nick Bosa. Miles
yeah.
Garrett, like he's that kind of caliber, even better than them probably.
Yeah, here against Wisconsin, which is always known to have a great offensive line, just pushing off the
Destroying
outside.
him. Yep.
Yeah, his speed on the outside is unreal. His edge rush is unreal, and Washington needs someone like that. I mean, you saw their record last year.
This is reminding me of Super Bowl 50 right here.
Oh yeah,
It does. Yeah,
easily.
right. I was about to say a little Von Miller-esque.
Yeah.
Oh man, just push. Oh man.
Can you imagine having something like that on your team? I can't even.
So here's the other thing.
Imagine
They're
having
already
two of
winning 31-7. They're already winning 31-7, and he's still got the drive to just go demolish people.
Well, that's the kind of guy you want. I mean, that's can continue to drive throughout that game, no matter what, you know, even if you're up. So he's not going to pull back any.
Against Rutgers. Oh, split in the mid. Oh man.
I'm watching like two different videos of highlights of Chase Young. I don't know what to look at anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's one on
Also
both sides
pretty,
here.
right?
Oh yeah,
I'm right there with you.
unblocked and still chasing down.
Just
Yeah,
watching
there you go.
this, like this single guy destroying people over and
Awesome.
over again. Oh,
On
it's
multiple
like,
screens.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Let's see, Samuel, how you doing? Now, Fidel asks, is Brace Callahan tradable here for better drafting position, giving his injury troubles? Is that somebody we even want to consider trading
no.
away? Or I
No.
think we need to see him on the field. You know what I mean? Like, we've waited this long for him. We've seen what he can
He's
do.
not
when
tradable
healthy.
because our backups, unless we picked up a corner in the first round, like traced up for Akuda, we don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
Yep. It's true.
Nah.
Ooh,
They're
that's
high
good.
on. They're obviously high on Callahan. They think he's coming back 100%.
He's 264.
He's 264.
He's 6'5", 264, man. That never clicked. Holy crap. That's a big man.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, he's a big dude.
Same
He's
size as
fast,
David
too.
Clowney. Oh, yeah.
He's just so quick that he doesn't look like he's that big.
Oh, man. This is wonderful for Washington. They needed something like
Oh man, just off the edge. Yeah. He's definitely a speed rusher. He's not so much of a power rusher, but he knows how to get to the outside real fast.
this. Yeah.
Hey, Joseph, I see your question about the LA Chargers. We're going to go ahead and hold off to that till they're up on the clock. Just too many other things to talk about. I could honestly watch. I'm going to be excited to see how he does out there in Washington. You know,
Yeah, he's gonna,
like,
dude, in that division, Giants
Yeah.
don't have much of an offensive line. The Eagles have an old offensive line. So, I mean, Peters retired and Lane, and then Cowboys, well, they've got beast. So, yeah, they need him in that division. Like, he's going to be able to match up with these great offensive lines and of like Dallas and all that. So, it'll be cool for Eggman.
Now,
This is awesome.
here's an interesting thing. We were talking about a possible trade. The Lions pick is in. So
It is.
no trade there at the number 3 spot. And again, if Chase Young's not there, so they thinking that offensive
Okuda.
tackle.
Okuda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okuda, yeah.
I mean, that's what I've seen the
You just
most.
want an offensive tackle to go, man. Every pick, you're like, you think an offensive tackle?
I might be right. I'll be right eventually, right?
Kevin's really high on the offensive tackle.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day, man.
Yeah.
Punter. They definitely need a punter too.
Here's
not-
an interesting thing,
anyway.
though. With this whole virtual delay and everything, I've noticed every time that they actually announce a pick that the next team is already down to like 4 minutes,
2 minutes.
left.
This
Yeah.
one I thought like 2.5.
Some sort of
So,
delay. Like,
I don't know if they're going to have to time out or what.
I don't know.
Well, no, they do that in the regular draft. As soon as the team puts their
Right.
team in,
Yeah.
Puts the pick in.
it's not.
It seems like a
announced.
longer delay than normal, but I don't know, maybe.
Because usually there's at least like 5 minutes left still, but
Yeah, Okuda. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
I'm just gonna start drinking every time it's a pick we actually think it's gonna be.
Yeah. So top 3 have been pretty
Pretty straightforward.
predictable. Yeah.
So I think the Giants, that'll be interesting. I don't know.
Now-
What are you guys thinking for 4?
well, if you're the
So this is where we start going weird. I mean, Wirfs.
I have no faith in Gettleman whatsoever. He is the
Yes.
worst in the league. And I think if he's smart, he goes offensive tackle because that's what they desperately need. And I also think he could go receiver here. And I also think he could pick Isaiah Simmons here. So it's,
Toss up,
I don't know where he's going to go. No idea.
All right, so here's our Okuda highlight tapes. You guys feel free to comment. What I like about him, especially when we were talking about CJ Anderson, is that he's an all around corner. He can chase, he can make the tackles, he can go wherever, as opposed to Henderson, who's kind of he's a man on man. He's a cover corner, and I think Okuda is the physical guy, and that's why he's the number 2 pick, number 3 pick. Sorry.
yeah, number 3. Yep.
No pass interference penalties last year.
Right, that's crazy. That's a crazy
Can you
stat.
imagine going through a whole season and not having
Mhm.
anything like that? No.
And he's aggressive, which shows his ability.
Yeah.
Here we go. 2 different highlights. This is amazing. I love this day.
I know, right?
This setup's awesome.
Oh, dude, look at that. Look at that.
Hey guys,
Oh.
while we're watching this footage, make sure you hit that share button for us. Again, we are doing this up through the Broncos pick. So for our sakes, I hope they don't trade back because that's just going to make this a longer night. But I think we are expecting them to trade up. But of course, just like we saw with this last pick, there was discussions on if Miami was going to trade up to that Lions pick. That didn't happen. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Big stop tackle, man. This guy is.
What can't he
He's
do?
going to be a top corner. Yeah, he's going to be a top corner. He's a big stop tackler too.
Mm-hmm.
And like they play the same style as the Patriots, so a lot of man-to-man coverage, right? So this
Yeah.
guy's just going to break in boxing with the people, and game after game is going to be awesome to watch. They really improved on that corner position. I mean, they got rid of Darius Slay, but they got pretty much a player
here's
that's
that.
going to be as good, if not better than Slay, for a lot cheaper.
Yep, and there's that man-to-man that we were talking about. So his zone coverage, his man-to-man coverage, his tackling in open field, it's all there.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's going to kill it.
Oof.
Man, what a class this year. These are great
Dylan
players.
says Champ Bailey 2.0.
I can see it.
Right?
Let's pump the brakes. No one's champ, baby. But that would be awesome. I mean, the better the quality of the players, the better for the league, for sure.
All right.
All right.
Goes here.
So who we got up next? New York. So okay. So they actually have time on the clock this time. I wonder if they fixed
Yeah,
it.
they do.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I noticed the same thing. So,
Yeah.
Hey, really quickly, when are we going to talk about Tom Brady
Never.
and his entering somebody's
Do we
house?
want to?
Do we have to?
Oh, yeah,
Breaking,
I mean,
entering? Yeah,
that's what
should be in jail.
Yeah.
Without
Another
Right,
celebrity
we
getting off
cut-
easy.
We cut a quarterback for that. I don't know why Tampa doesn't.
No.
That's the other one.
Yeah, unless Tom Brady was belligerently drunk, I think he can do whatever he wants, man. If Tom Brady was
got hit with a vacuum.
Tell you what, Tom,
He
I
wasn't
won't
chased
fall-
out of the house with a vacuum, so I guess that counts.
That was our franchise quarterback too. Damn.
Oh, I know, right? Oh man, is he? He's still in the league. I saw him. He's where is he now?
Forget what team, but he was.
Didn't he go to the Colts?
I'm thinking Indy as well.
I thought he didn't make it through training camp because I know
No,
he
I don't
did
think he didn't stay, but I thought they
Nah, I think he's a backup. Last I saw, he was a backup somewhere.
He's definitely not a starter.
No, yeah.
Wait, he's
And if
not?
anything, he's probably a third string. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's Washington's gonna pick him up and make them his franchise quarterback.
No, there you go.
God, man, he's so ugly.
That's what's most important for you.
It's mugshot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Colts. I
Right.
think.
Yeah. Is he still there?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's-
He's-
Back of for the Colts, but third string. Like, yikes.
Third string, yeah.
Brian is not happy with us talking about Tom Brady. I thought it was just worth mentioning. We need to address this and how crazy it is.
Think about that game against the Bucks when they come. They're coming to Mile High, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of interesting teams coming Mile High. Tampa Bay,
Gronk
of course,
and Brady
and then,
back at it with the Bucks.
Yep.
I'd much rather play them against them being on the Bucks than them being on the Patriots. So that's okay.
And then, yeah.
No,
although that offense is primed. Like, that'll be interesting.
We'll see. It'll definitely be worth watching. So, for the Giants, we thinking Wirfs at this point?
No, I'm thinking Jedrick Wills. Wells. That's who I think the best tackle is, but
I think it's going to be a tackle either way.
It has to. I think that's the best pick. You got to protect Daniel Jones for what he's worth, man.
Manny and Henry, how you guys doing? Thanks for joining us here tonight. Appreciate you tuning in. Giants have close to 2 minutes left on their clock, so we will see here shortly what they're going to do. I mean, I think they have options at this point.
Many options.
No, they don't have any options.
None? I hate you, John. I hate you, John. And you're gone. And all of a sudden, you're like disappear from the screen.
Eject button.
First and last.
I do have a ban option here, so you know.
Is that what Jared?
I feel like you challenged you accepted the challenge of first and last time on the show. Like as soon as you jumped up, you were like first and last time on the show, and it's like let's see how ridiculous we can get. Let's get some more whiskey in you and see how it goes, huh?
Yeah, we're switching to beer here quickly.
Come on, Giants.
Oh man,
leave it to the Giants to drag this out.
They
didn't know what the top three picks were.
Like probably trying to figure out which button push on his computer.
Right, we were just talking about like the first three were very predictable. Like they had no idea what they were about to pick right here.
Faxing the freaking.
There it is. Pick is it.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm sure they were just waiting on trade.
I'm saying
considerations and whatnot.
Jedrick Wills. John, who do you think's going to be picked here?
I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that one. Sorry to go with the pick on that one.
Cool. Jared?
I'm going to go with Wirfs. I think Tristan Wirfs is yeah.
Cool. Kev?
Yep.
Wirfs?
Same thing.
All right.
Oh wait, never mind. Kev's picking Wirfs.
What is going on with this? Oh, Kevin thinks that. I'm going to change my mind.
It's funny how it works because usually Kevin picks something, Jared changes his pick to something else, and then he'd probably change his pick to something I picked, so I changed my pick to something.
Yeah, and then we're all wrong somehow.
I think Jared's wrong. No, I'm not picking that. Sorry, Jared.
Yeah, you can't all pick the same people on a podcast, so that was my bad. I mean, that's a rookie mistake right there.
Big time rookie.
Yeah, no.
Dylan also thinks Wirfs, so I'm not alone in this. And okay. Jared left me, so I was alone, but apparently not. So. Thanks, Dylan, for having my back. I appreciate it. Who knows? Watch, you pull up Wirfs, and then it's not going to be him.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pull him up because I mean, I honestly and Matt, I mean, you're an offensive line guy. Like his athleticism is unreal. Like
it is.
I know you like.
He has a lot that he needs to work on. So if they pick him, he may not start day one. He may not be good enough to start day one. He has a really high ceiling. He's just raw in his technique and his instincts. And Jedrick Wills isn't. Like he's smart. He studies the game really well. He understands how to play the position. He's strong, and he's just the guy they should pick. Look, he has no idea. What he's doing.
So here's the question, and this is kind of a general question, not just for him in general though. Are you going to draft a guy and you're going to trust your coaches to be able to coach him up because he's stronger, faster, and better, or are you going to draft a guy because he has the intellect on the offensive line?
I would pick Jedrick Wills in this draft. Between Wirfs and Wills, I would pick Jedrick.
That's not the question.
I would also pick Jedrick Wills.
Jedrick Wills, yes.
I'm also good.
You're picking Jedrick.
I'm trying to see if you're going to change your mind.
No, I'm picking. No. I made my mind. I'm not that.
Okay.
I'm not like Jared here. No, but Jared, I pick him because he's a better student of the game. The way he plays, the way he's able to fight, Nick.
Oh, Andrew Thomas. There you go. We all were wrong.
All right.
Wow. So we told you this is how it turns out is we all second guess each other and then we're all wrong. Everyone drink.
Really good tackle.
Cheers, boys.
Really quickly,
still raw. Really good tackle though. That's a good pick for the Giants, man. He's good.
Like I'm saying, the top four.
Really quickly, I want to call out Marcella. I hope I'm saying your name right. She is watching from Japan, so count that 4 different countries.
That's 4 countries. That's awesome.
So appreciate that. David, for some reason, is still watching us. David Satin. I don't know why.
No,
why he just didn't jump on the show with us if he's watching anyway. Watching us.
I know why, but I'm not going to say it out loud.
Okay.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, he's let's just say his birthday was a couple days ago.
That was a couple days ago, though. Anyway, you guys, we got the Miami Dolphins on the clock, and I will be right back.
Yep.
All right, let's figure out. Let's talk about this Andrew Thomas here. So this is like I like the guy. I like his drive, and he's finished to the end, right? Let's see, goal line.
I am surprised he's the first offensive tackle.
I am too.
I'm surprised he is. He wouldn't be. He may be my 3rd, 4th tackle. He's good though. Like it's
now. Here's the question: Is he the top guy because he plays for Georgia and he plays in the SEC?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think Will's playing for Alabama. If we're going to compare it that way, I think.
Oh, Will's. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
No, I think Isaiah. Not Isaiah. Jesus Christ, Andrew Thomas. I don't know. He's good. He's very athletic. He's strong. Plays at a good school. Like Georgia's still a great school, and that's a great pick for the Giants. Absolutely.
Right. Well, and let's think about this too. Georgia is a run team, and I guess Alabama kind of is, but Georgia's running back. Oh crap, he's going to be probably the top running back off the board. What's his name? Swift. So they had a great run game this past year, and that the Giants are going to have to rely on their run game. Or sorry, yeah.
Saquon is there, and they have to protect Daniel Jones as well. And I don't know, man. I think it's the way.
Yeah, I think
is that offense.
Yeah, and I think if you think about it in your draft and you're trying to get an offensive lineman, you want to go for a guy that's going to increase your run game because that's your strength. Like right now, your pass game is not your strength.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I guess this makes sense. This is one of those picks that kind of makes sense. And now I don't think this throws a huge wrench into the draft as a lot of people want to. I want a wrench thrown in. I just want it somewhere.
I think people thought it was going to be Wills that are worse, but at the same time, like those top, again, I go back to it. The top 4 tackles everyone knew they were going to the top 10 most likely.
Right, and they're really interchangeable, and almost the way CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy kind of are too. Like those two guys are very, very similar athletes, very similar wide receivers. Obviously, Ruggs is the speed guy, so that's a different story. But yeah.
No,
I guess while we're waiting for Miami, what are your thoughts on Jefferson for the Broncos at 15?
Oh, great pick, man. He's an outstanding receiver too. I'm telling you, there's like 22 starting receivers, I think, in this draft.
It's insane.
I think and any one of them could be great for the Broncos. That's why I don't think we have to go receiver here. I just don't think so. Pick either the best defensive player or best offensive lineman, and then pick a receiver in the second round, just because there's so many good ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So Miami's on the clock. Where we think about Miami?
That's got to be Tua or Wills. I think they might go offensive tackle here.
Really?
What about Herbert?
Herbert's like Trubisky. He is. Oh man, so unpredictable.
Well, Herbert played for a bigger school. He's had a much better season than Trubisky ever had in college. Last year, not this year, but last year.
It's the way he plays, man. He has miserable games, and he has one out of the blue amazing game that blows people away. And then he's very inconsistent in his passes. He makes insanely poor decisions. You just watch his film, not his highlights, all his film, and you see that it's very inconsistent. Trubisky played 1 year in college, so I think the Browns were the Bears were like, oh well, he just needs more experience. But Herbert's played 4 years as a starter, and he's still inconsistent. That to me worries the hell out of me. I don't know. I wouldn't draft him in the first round. I think Jalen Hurts is better. Love is better.
I think it's going to be Tua. I mean, all we've heard for the last year like rewind the clock a year ago, Miami is tanking for Tua. So I mean, it'd be funny to see
so
them draft him at 5.
Could be as well.
And going back to your thought, Matt, too, like why would you pass up on a possible franchise quarterback?
Absolutely. You know, I think Tua is the pick to make here, but I also think that like offensive tackle is a pick to make here. If you really like another one of these quarterbacks, you can pick up at 18 or 24. Like, again, I heard Jalen Hurts is screaming up some boards. Jordan Love, a lot of teams like him. You know, so if you feel that one of those guys you like more than Tua, or you might see less risk there. I don't. I think Tua is the right pick, but it might be a tackle and pick up a quarterback later. But it's like it's got to be Tua because here's your potential franchise guy. You got to pick him. Like,
yep.
Risk and all.
All right, the pick is in, and this is interesting too. The last 3 times they picked a first round quarterback was Brian Greasy, who was the second one? I mean, Ryan Tannehill was the third one. So Ryan Tannehill was the last quarterback they picked in the first line. He's not a Hall of Famer, but the other 2 guys were Hall of Famers.
Marino, right? Greasy and
no, it was Greasy and somebody else. Hold on, let me pull it back up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't sell Tannehill short yet. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, he might go 23 for 24 this season.
Yeah, he might. 17 touchdowns off that.
Let's see. Cody Moss is giving Jared a shout out, saying he's watching Jared from the USS Nimitz. So
nice. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Cody.
Yeah, thanks, Cody. Appreciate it, man. Not to interrupt the conversation, but I want to make sure I got that one across.
You jump back in. We're talking about offensive tackle. We missed you so much.
Oh,
I'm sure you did.
Here we go.
That's why I left right then.
Are we saying Tua?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Greasy Marino. Yeah, Greasy Marino, then Tannehill. You're right.
That's Tua. There we go. That's it.
It is Tua.
That's the pick, man. That's the right pick to make. The man, is he Hawaiian? Samoan?
Yeah.
Hawaiian.
Sure. Hawaiian, yeah. Yeah. It seems fitting with the dolphin logo, man. Like, I don't know. There's like I don't know. It just seems like it freaking works. I like it.
It works.
It works, man. I believe in Tua. He's going to be an outstanding athlete, man. Great QB if he stays healthy. My goodness. Look at all those injuries, though.
Yep. I mean, he was cleared. He was cleared as not having any issues right now, but
hard to tell.
Either way, here he is. And now we got the Chargers on the clock after this. So if you want to pull up any Tua video there, Jared.
Oh yeah, I'm slacking here. Hold on.
Oh, he's so nimble, man. I love
Hey,
watching
somebody do me a favor and spell his last name for me.
Just type in Tua. He doesn't pop up under. You type in Tua and.
Hey, can you just
QB
okay?
Tua.
Let me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Didn't think you could spell it either. All right, I'm just making sure I'm on the same page. You just Googled it. Don't play me. Don't.
No, it showed up on the TV, man. His face and name showed up on the TV, so I just read it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's some Tua tape. Now, obviously, this is like early.
Oh man, it's just fucking amazing.
Now, and you have 2 of the top receivers in the draft too playing for you, so that's another thing that you kind of have to think about, and a top offensive lineman in the draft playing for you. So where,
and the best coach in AA,
and one of the best coach in college football. Like, what are we thinking here? Are we thinking this is something that, like, I don't know? He's a boomer bust.
He's a boomer bust.
You can say about anything, but try to look the last good Alabama quarterback to get drafted. He's the first of like a lot of quarterbacks that didn't do much in the NFL, which is interesting. But I think the guy will be fine, man. He'll play good football. He'll win games. He'll break.
Well, he's not going to be doing stuff like that. I'll tell you that much.
No, he'll be running away though, because Miami has the worst offensive line. Like,
yeah, and that's terrible. And you were talking about him picking up an offensive lineman, man. Like, I think, he's going to get destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where his injuries come into play.
So all these highlights. So here's the thing, and granted, like I just picked kind of like a top YouTube video of highlights. They're all deep balls or runs, which Miami's not going to give them enough time, or do they have the receiver to be able to go with that deep? Yeah. But B, And I mean, this guy's wide open. Like, how much of this highlight? Maybe I picked the wrong highlight tape. Maybe there's something there that I don't see.
I think. Well, I mean, how much of his tape have you actually watched or his games over the years?
I've watched a couple of his games in the early season before he got hurt.
He just has the ability to win games. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of asterisks.
He plays for Alabama.
Yeah, and he still won great games. Remember the bowl games?
You know who? You know what other quarterback that plays for Alabama has the ability to win games? All of them.
All of them.
All right, fine. If, I'm just saying, man. He'll be fine, Jared.
I think so. No, I'm cranky. I didn't get much sleep last night. So I'm just saying on the highlight tape. Now that was a good throw. Like he has the ability to be a big guy. I just don't know if he's. I just don't know if he's top 5 material.
Well, he's going to need a better team than what he's landing in for sure.
And he's going to Miami.
Yeah, if you were to go to like the Saints or something and then sit a year and start next year, yeah, he can be top 5 quarterback pretty quickly, but he'll have to work his way up for sure, man. He's not.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the greatest thing ever, but I think he's a really good athlete, good quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good read. I mean, he has the ability to make good reads, and paired with the right quarterback coach and the right guys, I think he could be there.
I like how Red Cloud tried to assist us. He said Tua is spelled T something. So Brian says Burrows and Tua will be a bust, and that we should write that down. So we'll see.
Okay.
For the Chargers up next, he's thinking Daniel's saying take Ruggs if he's on the board, since he's on the board. But yeah, so I mean, we got less than 3 minutes left for the Chargers. I know they were thinking quarterback, but now Tua's gone. So what do you do for
Herbert?
You just go next best quarterback?
I'm thinking Simmons would be a really good pick for the Chargers because you think Isaiah Simmons with Derwin James, with Desmond King, with Chris Harris, with Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, Tillery. Like, you've got all of a sudden a nightmare squad, man. These guys can cover many different players at different positions. Like, this defense could be elite if they pick Isaiah Simmons, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And I honestly think I think that Anthony Lynn is huge on defense too, and I think his focus is on defense. So I don't know. I agree.
Because like Cam Newton and Jameis Winston are still free agents. I'm not convinced that, Chargers pick a QB here even at all this year because they may go for one of these veteran guys, but they may pick a later QB and develop him. I don't know. It's just, I think here they got to think defense and something other than Justin Herbert. If they pick Justin Herbert, like it's not good.
The pick is in. The Chargers have made their pick. That means Carolina is next up on the board. But
Derek Brown.
What
what
the Chargers do here, it's going to be interesting, to say the least.
Oh my goodness, it could be so many things.
Be a lot. There's a lot of things up here.
Pick a receiver. Jerry Jeudy with Mike Williams and his name.
There you go.
What's the other receiver's name?
I don't know.
CeeDee Lamb?
Keenan Allen. Jeez.
Oh, Keenan Allen. Oh, yeah. No, he's getting up there in age too, and he's had injury seasons too. He's had a couple seasons where he's been injured. So,
yeah. Hey, John's back.
Hey,
he's back. He's on
mute. John, yeah.
Yeah, he's been. No, I can unmute him. I think he's typing. He's getting his stuff ready.
Let's see how it is.
Let's see. Pick us in.
With Matt. Dylan says they're not going to take Herbert. They're going to take Love. Keith also thinks Herbert. So,
that'd be interesting.
Love would be quite a reach here, but I think he's a better prospect than Herbert. That's my personal opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he has a better stealing than Herbert.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Here we go, Simmons. Oh, fuck.
I'm delayed. Who is it?
Well, Justin Herbert. Congratulations. You're going to be the Chargers twice a year. Yeah.
I didn't say, hey, Siri. Okay, out of here.
Somebody's Siri is on, but yeah. Justin Herbert is the Los Angeles Chargers pick. So that leaves still a lot of interesting players at this point. So
Herbert. Okay, so
on to
Dang.
Carolina.
All right.
Carolina. Oh man, they got to pick Isaiah Simmons here. Holy.
I don't see how they can't because
Yeah.
I mean, who do they have for quarterback right now? Now that
Teddy
Cam
Bridgewater.
left? Who?
Bridgewater.
Oh yeah. So I mean, would you say that they're set at quarterback?
No, so I think they're not building through the quarterback right now. I think they're looking to pick up a lot of other pieces to build a roster and a team, and they just don't have their quarterback right now. If they pick a QB, it'll be Jalen Hurts. It'll be maybe Love in the second. It'll be somebody like that. But right here, they got to go Derek Brown or they got to go Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah,
it could be a corner as well. I mean, they might reach for Henderson. I don't think they do. However, it could go that way. It could be a tackle as well, man. It could be a lot of stuff.
So just to throw a teaser out there to everyone watching, we may have another Orange Weekly member joining us here soon. One that was mentioned earlier that we made fun of. And I think we pressured him into showing his face.
Yes. Yes.
We can get his take on all this here in a minute.
He's wearing pajamas too. I love this.
Oh, that's all hoodie. That's a hoodie.
I'm pretty sure he also stole my login for ESPN to watch the draft because I can't log in anymore.
Of course you would. Oh man. Let's see. Spencer says he could see Carolina taking Simmons. I think that's the next best option at this point. I mean,
almost definitely Simmons or
Brown. Yeah, I mean,
leave him on the board.
Dandino.
Where's
I don't know.
Come on, trade up, you bums.
Trade up, you bums.
I think, other than Chase Young, a lot of people had Simmons as the second best player in this whole draft. So,
yeah, I did. Oh man. I entered a contest to pick the top 10 picks, and I forgot who I picked. So I'm trying to find the email that told me and see if I'm on track or not.
Joseph says Herbert needs to look out for Miller and Chubb. So
this is gonna be a fun season.
Any quarterback.
Yeah, true.
We are at the number 7 pick, and just so you guys know, the Panthers pick is in. Arizona is on the board, and this is the earliest that we have heard rumors about Broncos trading up to. So, of course, we're going to be watching this one closely as Arizona's time ticks down to see if the Broncos do indeed move up to the number 8 pick. Otherwise, the next chance is probably looking at the number 10 pick. And if they don't get that, then we got some questions coming in the number 15 pick, obviously. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they go to 13 either, though. 49ers looking to trade.
Yeah.
If it comes down to missing out on one of those wide receivers.
I know, because I think the 49ers also want one of those wide receivers, though.
True. That's a good point.
So, I mean, they had Emmanuel.
Oh, shit. All right, cool. Yo, I'm 5 for 5. Nice.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say that. Like, every pick has pretty much gone how most mock drafts I've seen went. So I think that's the first time. I don't know the last draft that went that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. That's why I was saying there's always some sort of wrench. Either somebody reaches or somebody trades, and we don't know what's going on.
I'm curious if that's a byproduct of not being able to meet with players and the whole virtual thing.
It might be. It might very well be. Who knows, man? This is cool stuff, though. I have Isaiah Simmons going here, and then after that, Jedrick Wills.
Yeah, well, I mean, Carolina's an interesting one because they did just lose their linebacker, but they have a lot of holes in that team that they really should fill. Like, I mean, they could go with a defensive tackle here. They could go with a lot of people.
Derek Brown.
David,
what's up?
Hey, buddy.
I really just came to I just popped in to comment that Jared's take on Tua is just god awful.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah, really bad.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The take was off of the film Straight from the film.
What, the 30 seconds of film that you put up, and now you're going to judge this guy's entire college career?
Look, he's not the best receiver on the entire NCAA. No, he's shit. Like,
yeah. Okay. First of all, here's your argument on Alabama quarterback.
Two of the best receivers and the best offensive lineman in the entire NCAA.
Here's the thing: who was the Alabama quarterback that Tua beat out to take that job?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Not everybody can win with Alabama, Jared. All right, he couldn't take that supporting.
Well, I mean, Jalen Hurts didn't get a chance.
Jalen Hurts is 38.
Oh, I remember a national championship a couple of years ago that Jalen Hurts had the whole first half.
Mm-hmm. What did he do with it?
Yeah,
and who won them that game?
And that was the best performance I think I've seen in any championship from any single player, at least in the last 5 years, at least.
Was Tua.
And that's why everyone was like, tank for Tua, and here we are.
And here we are.
A year later.
And it's injuries aside, but all Tua has done since being in the league was be perfect from start to finish, basically. Like, he came in and was brilliant.
Win at Alabama. Win at Alabama.
Okay, sure, he won at Alabama, but it's better than losing at Alabama.
The best offensive line, the best wide receivers, the best coaches.
And he did what he was supposed to do. He beat everybody, well, basically. I mean, I don't think your argument holds a lot of water, Jared. That's all. But what I also came to say, man, I'm super happy the Chargers drafted Justin Herbert.
Man.
Oh, that's great.
We're gonna be sacking him and intercepting him for a while before they figure out that was the wrong idea.
You've got Trubisky 2.0.
I don't think they're going to think that for very long. They're going to figure out it was a bad idea fairly shortly.
You think it's pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And if they drafted Isaiah Simmons, that defense would be nasty.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that until you said it, and then I was like, oh, please don't do that. Please. That would have been rough.
We got Travis watching from Kentucky. Christopher is hoping that the Broncos don't trade up. They could get a tackle, cornerback, or trade down to get the Baylor wide receiver. Yeah, so pick is in, but appreciate you guys watching again. Hit that share button for us. We are for you guys, so appreciate you guys all tuning in.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Kevin. Derek Brown.
There you go. Derek Brown.
That's
Is it Brown?
I'm like 30 seconds behind.
No, after stealing Jared's login, I realized that broadcast was behind the TV broadcast anyway. So now I'm watching on ABC.
I knew I got cut off for a reason.
ABC is where it's at.
Oh, I changed your password. Like that's gone now. You don't have access to that anymore.
Dang it.
Yeah, you're out.
You're gonna have to deal with my wife though. So.
Ooh, no, that's true. I mean,
fuck Atlanta, make a move, man.
That is stress.
Hey,
Simmons
they got it,
man. Like Atlanta's got
Akuda.
Fuck.
Do you think, let me ask you guys, do you think Isaiah Simmons has kind of spooked teams with his lack of anyone's true position?
No.
Like, there's that argument. I keep hearing that he's one of those guys that he can, it doesn't matter as much because he plays all of these positions so well. But is that a factor, do you think?
No, go ahead, John.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was going to say, I think some coaches will be scared of it, and those are the coaches on terrible, organizations. I think the coaches who know what they're doing as defensive coordinators are just like, they just want this player because you can play him anywhere. He's the guy that will neutralize Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he just has that athletic ability. It doesn't matter if he doesn't play strictly one position, man. You've got to play many positions in this.
You know what surprised me? He played like 200 snaps at slot corner last year.
Over 150 snaps at 5 different positions.
Right. And that's, the kind of versatility. It's not just he's a linebacker safety hybrid. There's a lot more.
Dude, he's played corner, nickel. He's played safety, linebacker, edge rusher. Like,
he rushes the passer very well. Yeah.
Oh, dude, man. He's 6'5", 230. He runs a 4.39, I think. Like 6'4", sorry. Just like, he's not made on planet Earth. These guys are built somewhere on another planet and they're transported.
It's like you said, if your defensive coordinator can't figure out what to do with him, then that's because
imagine Vic Fangio with this guy.
Oh,
imagine Fangio, man, with this middle linebacker here.
I kind of don't want him to because I can't I feel like he would take up all of Vic Fangio's time. Like he could spend the entire offseason just thinking of ways to use Isaiah Simmons in this defense.
Oh man,
yeah.
Dude, man, great. Derek Brown's a great pick though.
Keith says winning at Alabama.
So we have Derek Brown highlights here. So.
You're in it. Okay.
Sorry,
No, we probably should talk about the action.
Probably talking about the guy that got drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's some Derek Brown highlights. I don't know. I honestly haven't watched much Derek Brown tape here, so this is probably the first time I've watched it.
Relentless.
Pull up the film there really quickly. The Cardinals pick is in, so no Broncos trade here. But talk to the film.
Oh, he's a power push. He's strong, man.
Derek Brown's nose tackle, man. He's not going to get a lot of stats, but he's going to crush pockets. He's a great runner.
Look at him. He's strong push that double team.
He's really athletic, man. He's great pick. Great pick for the Panthers.
Most frequent comp I hear from him is Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, he's just one of those guys, man. Like a Sue, you just knew he'd be great as soon as he walked in the league. He's one of these talents. So it's
one of those guys where the physical freakiness matches up with the production you see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's pushing into the backfield every play. Yeah. I mean, granted, this is highlight tapes, but that's crazy.
Still, he demands double teams, all that stuff.
He breaks double teams.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
Isaiah Simmons.
We're talking
Cardinal pick is in, and it's Isaiah Simmons.
There
you go.
Kingsbury's house, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I'm in the wrong line of work.
How do you think you get from point A to point B, Matt?
Very carefully, my friend.
Right.
Jedrick Wills.
You think so? For Jacksonville?
Isaiah Simmons. I'm like, God.
Oh, did not. I just said that.
David's like 15 seconds ahead of us right now.
Yeah. I should be doing a little bit better job of actually announcing these picks and being a little bit more formal about it.
That's when you're like, oh, I think they're going to take Simmons. I'm like,
oh no, that was me. That was me announcing they had picked Simmons. My bad.
I switched to ABC and I'm still behind you, so I don't even know.
Well, if there's one defensive coach I think who could ruin Isaiah Simmons, it's Vance Joseph. So we'll see. And you know what? I think I rag on him a little too much. I think he is a really good defensive coach.
He's a good defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I don't think I think he just reached his ceiling and that was it. But that's a discussion for 2 years ago. What kind of player are they getting in Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah,
I mean, break him down.
Just a freak athlete.
What kind of player aren't they getting in Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah,
right. I mean, he can play anywhere.
Look at that, man! Slot corner, safety, outside linebacker, inside linebacker, corner. Insane.
Yeah.
A guy who this is a defense that lost Tyrann Mathieu last offseason. Getting older, they've still got Patrick Peterson, but
on the wrong side of 30. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They needed some talent on that defense, especially And go ahead.
No, sorry. So I was just gonna say, here's the opposite to Kyler Murray, a dynamic athlete, leader.
Yep.
They're just kind of establishing culture there. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, he's a do it all kind of athlete that now they have one on both sides of the ball, which I think is just amazing.
And they have DeAndre Hopkins, dude.
Oh yeah.
Now, what do you guys think they do to shore up that tackle position? Do you guys think they wait to see who they can get in the early second round, or do you think they're a team that maybe trades back up into the end of the first?
It depends on who's there. I mean, I think they trade back up, but that's just me.
They're now a team that I immediately think Ezra Cleveland in my mind, just because that's a big range.
Sorry, they don't have a second round pick because they.
That's right. Because after they traded him to Texas.
What capital do they have to get there?
You're right.
It's true. Yeah.
They probably didn't think Simmons would be there, though. You know what I mean?
Honestly, yeah. I think they just want to, kind of like when Chubb fell into our laps a couple of years ago. I mean,
this is by far the best player available.
How do you not draft him at that position?
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, make a freaking move. Man. What are you doing? Well, I guess
We're waiting for the Broncos to make a move as well. So,
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know, man. Like all the wide, there hasn't been a single wide receiver drafted.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I was, there was some buzz that I didn't think was necessarily going to happen was there was going to be less trades because I thought, these GMs will figure out how to trade. They'll know how to do it. But that's what we've seen. Yeah.
Look at these highlights from number one LSU, and he's just demolishing them.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him, Russ the passer there. He beats the left tackle there like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Drum.
Yeah, crazy.
All right, Jaguars pick is in. Who they take?
Jaguars are on the clock.
Offensive lineman. Well, I think this could be a really good spot to see a wide receiver go. Really good chance to see one go.
Yeah, I guess they just got rid of Marquise Lee, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like earlier today, and New England picked him up like within hours.
Right.
Hey, Bruce, we are pick number 15 right now. Brian also thinks we need to make a move, but we'll see. It looks like probably a receiver at this point, I'd say.
Yeah, I think David's got the fastest feed right now, so I think he's probably the one
David,
who
you're
should be
keeping us up to
relying
date
on.
on what's happening.
So far, we're on.
Yeah, you got to let us know.
So,
great.
Yeah.
Great. That was a great update, David. Great update.
I can give you what they give me right now. Now it's a very inspiring Tony Gonzalez. There's Todd Gurley on this. No, that's Alvin Kamara. Excuse me. It's a commercial. Oh, there's Kirk Cousins with his kids.
All right, I'm muting him. Can I mute him? Yeah, I'm going to mute him.
Okay. So now,
Dude, watch this.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
I feel much better now. All right, you're back, David.
now I don't have anything to say.
Oh man.
It's fine. No, you don't want updates. You don't get updates. That's great.
No, man, don't.
So who we?
You gotta let us.
So who are we
enjoy.
expecting Jacksonville here?
It's gotta be. I don't know, man. Frig. I don't know.
Wide receiver or tackle.
A bunch of tackles.
Yeah.
A couple tackles still left. Big tackles on the board too. Like we were talking about Wirfs and
Wow.
Wills.
Will Becton is still on the board.
Becton's still there. I mean, we just took all their corners, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go CJ Henderson here.
Yep.
Brian, yes, number 15 pick.
I mean, at this point,
We
one
are
of the
number
top-
15, but we're on number 9.
No, he was asking what pick we are. But we are on pick
Oh, okay.
number 10. The Jaguars pick is in. So
9.
we're up to Cleveland.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes. So Cleveland is on the clock.
At this point, though, we're going to have one of the top 4 tackles or top 3 wide receivers available for us at 15. Like the map just worked out that way. So it'll be interesting.
Yep. Oh man, I'm nervous.
I know it's came to that point, right?
You got an hour.
I know, right?
Bruce. Yeah, we are at pick 10, Bruce.
Man, I'm so pissed. The Falcons did dig. Oh, dude, like all
Seriously, like the Broncos could trade up, and you're over there like, why?
Why have the Falcons traded up?
Young, Okuda, Brown, Simmons, and like these were the 4 guys that they were going to trade for, and they're all fucking gone. So it's like, I'm just so sad, man.
Is this a Falcons podcast or?
No,
Oh.
my sadness is.
He's trying to cry through. He's trying to talk it out.
I've got 20.
Are there any Falcons podcasts?
Probably not.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, oh well, it's all good. The Broncos will pick whoever they want. They could get one of these receivers, man.
Yeah.
Like pick 9, and there's all the there's 3 tackles left, 3 receivers.
3 tackles, 3 receivers.
Yep.
You know, you got.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of mock drafts where the 3 receivers go 1, 2, 3, like in the 3 picks right before us.
Right. But even if that's the case, there's going to be a tackle.
There's still a big tackle on the board, and then
if those 3 guys are gone, are you guys comfortable with taking Justin Jefferson at 15?
That's the other thing.
Feel good about that pick?
It's a bit of a reach, but I think
there too.
But I think you can still get him if you trade back it a little bit. You know, if you trade, I don't know if anybody's trading.
Right.
I don't know. Some people have
you
him
can
in the
get if
top
you
3.
trade back a couple picks.
Well, and this is
Yeah.
this is the thing. I don't mind if you pick him at like 20, between 20 and 25. I think that's pretty much perfect for him. But is there a team? We haven't seen a
Yeah.
trade yet in this draft. The way it's going, is it so easy to just move back 5 to 7 spots?
I mean, the smoke and the fire that we've been seeing from the Broncos picking a receiver and being like they're all in a receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if that was all a smokescreen just to try to get someone to trade up to try to get him.
Yep.
You have been saying that for a while.
I have been. Yeah, I have been.
Most of today.
Oh,
Hey, David, we'll have you announce it.
Man, this pick has been in for a long time.
Reach, man. Reach.
There it is. Yeah.
It is CJ Henderson.
CJ Henderson, really
Yep.
interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
No?
Man.
They needed corner. I think they did reach, but
Yeah,
it's,
but they needed one.
Yeah.
But you know
I
what?
think the way this is kind of unfolding, I think you're seeing teams kind of just go, because the mock drafts have just been so much more accurate. There's been so much less wow to this so far, except for Andrew Thomas, really. And it's just
I think a lot of it has to do with the
trust
visits.
their board and go with go with their first option if it's available. Like
I mean, how much stock did they take into that footage that players sent into the teams? Like, hey, here's my pro day
highlight
footage,
tape. No, I mean, teams, they have full-time scouts, like full-time paid scouts. That's all they do is look at scout. Like they look at film, the good and the bad. It doesn't matter about the tapes. Maybe a little bit about the phone interviews and a little bit about what they write to the teams, but not so much about the tapes. It's a lot about like the character building on the phone calls is about what they have to take off of about the character building, and that's about it.
Hey guys, while you pull up these videos, there will not be a trade for the Broncos up to number 10 because the Browns pick is in.
Yep.
Already in.
We're already in. No trade for the Broncos. Looking at sticking at number 15 probably at this point. But we will wait.
So here's some CJ Henderson. What, Matt?
This has got to be a tackle here for the Browns, you think?
I think so.
You'd think. 3 of the 4 top tackles are still on the board, and they made that pick awfully fast.
Think Becton at this point?
I'm Mekhi
Becton or Wills.
Great fit for this team. I'm thinking they go there, but Wills is also a good fit too. But that's amazing. I think they're probably surprised that they're getting this quality of tackle here. This is cool.
It's going to be interesting now. Now we're getting close to our pick, and it's kind of interesting to see what's going to play out.
Yeah, because we're looking at. I mean, the Jets are probably going to get a wide receiver. We can expect the Raiders to get a wide receiver.
The way the tackle board's fallen, I wonder with the Jets.
Yeah, so I mean, that's true.
Ooh, that was against Colorado State.
So, I mean, you're looking at one of these top wide receivers then going to the Raiders at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing to think about is like the Raiders are going to have their choice of their top receivers, and I guarantee they still mess it up.
I hope so, because for the
the Browns pick is in. Here we go.
Wait.
Sorry, I keep bumping my mic.
I'm ready to boo Goodell because he's talking too much.
Always.
Hey, you can't boo him.
Come on.
Jedrick Wills. Yep. All right. Well, so Becton is now on the board for the Jets. All 3 receivers are there. What do you guys think?
Oof. I'd say.
They got to go with. I think it's going to be Judy or Lamb.
They
lost Robbie Anderson, so at this point, I mean,
I think those 2 are the most complete wide receivers here.
Yes.
Excellent. That's just me. I know a lot of people are high on Rhodes, so I get that, but
I agree.
Yeah, that's a great man. In fact, the Browns got Conklin this season, Jedrick Wills. They've made a big on their offensive line.
Now he's a guy that's never played, hasn't played a lot of left tackle. I don't know if he ever played any left tackle in Alabama, but certainly not a ton.
Yeah. He may play right, and they might put Conklin left because Conklin played left in college and they moved to right in the pros, so they might play right. He might also start as a guard his first year. You know what I mean? They might just put their 5 best athletes on the field, but he may also move to. I think he's able to play any position, probably except for center on the line. But man, the guy's a stud. And I love the way he approaches the game mentally. Like he studies the individual players' moves, and you can tell by the way he just negates all these like swing, like with his technique.
Oh, that was dirty.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Got the pancake.
Yep.
Is it a little bit of a yeah, there he goes. Finishes through.
Oh, on the ground.
See if he gives time. He does.
Wow.
Oh yeah, look at him. He just
David and
man
Dylan
handles a double, 2 of them. Oh man.
So
What'd you say, Kev?
we got David and Dylan thinking that Jets are going to take Wirfs.
Oh,
Could be worse. Could be worse here.
That could be that could be a good spot for him.
A
yep.
little bit of a developmental player, but I think it's still a good pick. Worse or Becton.
Yeah.
I mean, we had him at 4, Matt. So yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Wirf's, I think, a little bit of a higher floor, but Becton is just a freak athlete
He's
there.
360. Becton is 360, man. And
Yeah.
he plays like he's 300 pounds. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be amazing in the pros. Just his size alone. Wow, and Jedrick Wills, good pick for the Browns. I'm sure they didn't expect him to be there.
No. We got 4 minutes left for the Jets on their clock, so expecting a pick here real soon from them.
So in the next pick, you've got the Raiders, who I think are pretty obvious. I mean, wide receivers, kind of a given to me at this point for them. They could go a different direction because they do have other needs, but looking then past them to San Francisco, is there a chance you guys think that they skip wide receiver and maybe go Javon Kinlaw or something like that at number 13?
Absolutely. I think this could be the beginning of the skid on wide receivers because of the depth that's there. I mean, teams just might not be as interested knowing that they could wait till the second round and get someone that's, very comparable as opposed to a Javon Kinlaw, but you can't get a comparison to that in the second round.
Right, especially when you create – I mean, they're deep on that D-line, but they did lose DeForest Buckner. So, do we see another Lions scenario where they lose a player, get a pick, and then take the player with the pick?
Exactly. Possible.
I think it'd be a good way to go, man. Again, the depth of receiver just suggests that this team like San Francisco, who is a playoff caliber team, might just take the best defensive player there, and then at 31 take the best offensive player. But they also don't have a second, a third, or a 4th round pick this year, so they can be trading out of this 13th spot, just to pick up some of these later picks if they don't have the guy they want. I think Kinlaw is definitely worth picking at 13, and I also think that they can move back. And this could be a spot where the Broncos move up. Just 2 spots, but who knows.
I wouldn't be surprised, but with the lack of a run on wide receivers, maybe they don't. Maybe they feel like they can wait it out.
They can wait.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be able to get a player that we may not expect was there.
Yeah.
Now, if we do see this run on wide receivers and we see Tanner's pick for the Broncos in the mock draft come to fruition, if we see Javon Kinlaw fall to us, is that something, I'd feel pretty good about that. What about you guys?
Yeah.
For sure. And the guy's a day 1 starter.
Well, you're going to get a lot of people that are upset it's not a wide receiver we picked up, but I mean,
he's a dynamic player.
You can't pass him up. Yeah, you can't pass him up.
No.
So people are going to be upset it's not a wide receiver, but it's like, guys, look,
there'll be other receivers in this draft.
Yeah.
It's so deep. Again, you can get wide receiver round 2, round 3, round 4. I mean,
I'm just calling it. Like, just wait for it. People.
They'll be upset because that's what all the mock drafts have us doing. But I'm not going to be surprised when we don't go wide receiver or trade back and get not one of the top 3 wide receivers, and it's still going to be fine.
Yeah,
we'll get more draft capital, and
Yeah. Now Brian says at this point, let's just wait it out. Spencer's thinking Wirfs or Becton to the Jets. They got about a minute left on their clock, maybe a little less. But Pixon, okay. Yeah, I'm like 30 seconds behind you guys. So who's it going to be with Las Vegas coming up next?
I could be receiver here too. My goodness, they need some help at receiver. They need some help on offense. They just need a new roster.
Yeah, they need a lot of help. Oh, the pick is in. Joe Douglas is hugging his wife. Adam Gase is sitting on the couch with his children who show no affection for him whatsoever.
Love the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Because now I can't wait to see it myself.
I know, because I can't see it, so this is all I got.
Ooh,
It's beautiful.
it's going to be good. Jets pick is in once again, everyone, and Las Vegas is on the clock. Let's see.
We have not gone to the commissioner yet, so the pick is not what I would call imminent.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk a little bit more about how you see the rest of this first round unfolding afterwards. Is there? I mean, we still have not seen any trades so far.
I'm surprised by that, honestly. I think there's been some
I am
opportunities,
surprised.
and there's been nothing. So I mean, it's been I would say vanilla draft almost with a couple surprises, but I'd say vanilla for the most part.
And this, go ahead, John.
I think that comes back to not having those in-person interviews where people fall in love with a certain player, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
What
love
did Dave Gettleman say? You can't get your hands on these guys or smell them.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I'm pretty sure he said that in the last couple of days.
Just want to go out
Right.
Yeah. Like, the 49ers have another pick after this. You got Tampa or New England still on the board later on. No, I'm
curious.
just looking at teams later on down the board. So,
all right, David's got this. David's live. Give it to us.
Mekhi Becton. Okay.
There he is.
Wow.
Tackle instead of
Off
receiver.
the board. So you still have Wirfs up there, huh?
Now,
Interesting.
so
Still have Wirfs, and you still have all three top receivers.
all three top receivers. So one of those guys, if the Broncos want him, he's theirs.
Also, all three top receivers just wipe their brow, thanking God they're not going to Oakland.
Well,
Las Vegas.
But they could be because Las Vegas is picking next. So none of them are wiping their brows.
That was the Jets. That was the Jets. Sorry, I went to go get a. I mean, even then, you got Sam Darnold turning. It's all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, here's a question for you guys. Since this is how it's fallen, we've got all three receivers left and Tristan Wirfs. If all three receivers go in the next three picks, would you rather have Wirfs or Kinlaw?
Kinlaw?
I'm going to go with Kinlaw too.
Really? I think it would go worse.
You think it'd be wrong either way?
I think you go Wirfs.
Yeah, so I mean, either way, would it be a bad pick?
No.
I would be upset either way.
No.
So I mean, we have options at that point. So
Yeah.
Yes.
now I think this is that kind of situation would be where I really wish we had the opportunity to see those guys in people or in person. You know,
In people? What are we talking about here, Kevin?
in people. Listen to
Coming
what
off.
I'm
With
saying.
Kinlaw,
Take his beer away.
Yeah.
You're really taking a
I
turn.
need more beer. Anyway, but you know what I mean? Like when you have those two guys, like how can you really decide between the two?
Well, and Kinlaw especially, you wish you had a little bit more insight in the medical because he had that tendonitis issue in his knee. And that's something, unless you get an all clear from a doctor, you're just not sure if that's the kind of thing that's going to linger. So we'll just have to see.
All right, here's that Mekhi Becton highlight tape here.
Yeah, that's Mekhi.
Mekhi?
Yeah, Mekhi.
I like Mekhi better. Mekhi sounds better.
Sure, but Mekhi's actually his name. So
He's
You realize
he's 6'7", 360 pounds. It's Mr. Becton.
Mr. Becton it is.
that is hard to argue.
The
Well, he's
I'm not gonna lie with that one.
11 wingspan. That's insane.
360, and he ran a 5.140.
5'1".
And he can catch up to me. So that's great. I mean, I'm probably at like
He can
six.
run faster than you, Jared.
I'm probably at like a 6-minute 40 at this point.
Quarantine body.
Yeah,
Quarantine bod. I got the dad bod and quarantine bod going right now.
All right, we'll break down some of these blocks, Jared.
No,
Man,
no,
that
no.
guy is huge.
No, let Matt break him down.
Look at
Kevin has
Look at this mountain of a man. Just
Oh, he's insane.
Oh.
The guy's a beast.
So I love a lot of his highlights are in the pass protection. There's a run. Oh man, he just pulled the entire line.
good. There's like another
he plays
half a
guard,
player
too.
on his belly.
With the tight end. I think it was an overloaded line. Dude, man.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
This dude ran a 5'1" 40. Can you imagine that
That's
guy
nuts.
running you that fast? Holy cow.
No.
That is nuts.
That will kill someone. That'll kill you.
It'll kill you. You're done. You're done.
That's just science.
It's terrifying.
Oh, with the release too. Oh man.
He got up to that second level so well.
Holy shit.
Oof.
Although I want to see him against. I would like to see him against some of these top edge rushers. You know what I mean? Like I kind of want to
especially
see
handling the speed, but look at his feet there, though.
Something he can learn though.
Yeah.
He can pick that up pretty easily. And David, you'll have to update us. The Raiders pick is in, so
It is in.
San
We have not flashed to the commissioner yet.
I just still can't believe we haven't had a trade. This is nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'd expect to see several later on in the first half. You know.
Yeah.
I think so. Who knows at this point?
But even then, like, what if Seattle's like the only team that manages to trade in this first round?
You know.
Still nothing from the commissioner. The pick is still in, but we're not. Let's see, John Gruden and what
Hey, Ken, we got any questions?
Are not hostages. What look like their family.
No questions. A lot of comments on Judy being our guy.
Sorry, Kevin. Here comes the commissioner.
All right. Boo.
Boo.
We can't even see him and we're doing him.
Kidding.
I know, right? He's not on yet. I'm booing Mike Maycock right now.
And
sorry,
I got
Maycock.
Las Vegas on my screen. So
Henry Ruggs is the pick.
interesting.
Henry
First
Ruggs,
receiver.
first receiver off the
Speed
board.
receiver.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting
Okay,
indeed.
That's
Man.
hilarious because I've heard some comparisons to Darius Hayward Bay and again to Las Vegas.
That is an Al Davis pick. Now, I'll tell you what, though. I think Henry Ruggs is a better route runner than any of the guys who he gets compared to negatively. Your John Rosses, your Darius Hayward Bays. That being said, what's the stat? Now I can't remember the stat, and I shouldn't have even brought it up. Still lethal speed. That's going to be a headache. But, it's something that we already had to prepare for in the division in Kansas City. So at least from that perspective, it's not something, so new that we can't, that now we have something completely new to adjust to that we don't see already every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing I think about Ruggs is that they were talking about his personality and who he is as a leader on the offense. And if somebody that doesn't have a great personality and a not a huge leader on the offense, if he's going to go anywhere, he's going to go to the Raiders. I think that's the big one. He just didn't have it. He had a lot of questions on who he like.
That's a perfect Raider pick then, right there.
Yeah, that's an
I hadn't
odd
heard
pick
that.
for a
I
team
hadn't heard
that doesn't really have an offensive culture setter. Derek Brown's not Derek Carr is not a real vocal leader. John Gruden is, but that's you need another guy in the locker room to do that who's not John Gruden.
Yeah, you need someone on the field that's going to
Yeah.
be more important, both offense and defense.
Yeah, if you don't have a guy on the field who's relaying that coach's message, it's still, I think, a really good pick for the Raiders, who needed a wide receiver, obviously, and picked up who many felt was the most dangerous in this draft, but just something we're going to have to see. It's it's another confirmation of something I heard earlier yesterday, which was that if the Raiders got their pick of any wide receiver, it was going to be Henry Ruggs. So
yeah.
We're just
he's a speedster. He's great in open traffic. He's great in open field. He can catch the ball. Obviously, he makes people miss, and his speed is good.
Yep.
Nah.
How's he going to do on a team where his number one is not Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
That's true.
Where he's the number one.
Because you're right. He's going to be the number one receiver in that receiving core now. How's he going to handle that? I don't know that that's going to be his suited skill set in the NFL.
Well, he's on the
Right,
Raiders.
he has cars throwing to him.
Automatically, he's terrible and he's going to be the worst player in the draft.
Right. He also he has one of the less field stretching quarterbacks throwing to him now in the league.
Right. Right. You picked up a guy that can really extend your extend your offensive play, extend your field on the offensive side, and you have a guy that might not be able to make those throws, not accurately at least.
Right.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to be right back. They're going to go to commercial before San Francisco, and
Wait. But no, you're already, okay. You go quick. Hurry up.
I'll be back.
All right.
Wow, Jerry.
Oh,
relax,
man.
So good.
Oh, we're getting it. It's,
Hey,
it's
look,
almost
hey,
the
you guys-
Broncos pick. It's time, you know.
I'm getting stressed. I'm shaking. I can't.
Shaking? Okay. That's intense.
Man.
I'm getting people
Ooh, three in
saying
your hands.
they're concerned having Ruggs and Tyreek Hill in the same division.
Oh, it's gonna suck, man. You can bet your ass on that one.
I still I like the point before though. You know, it allows us to prepare better for both of them by having to face both of them 4 times a year.
Right. Yeah. Now we got speedy guys that we face four times a year. It's pretty.
Who are you gonna match up against them though? Like how do you cover them? You know, that's the do you gonna rely on the deep covering? Like, is there an athlete on the Broncos who can match up 1-on-1? Like,
so here's the problem: is we don't do the 1-on-1 anymore. We're not a man
that's the
defense
thing.
anymore.
Yeah.
We're all zone.
sure,
Yeah.
I mean,
We're an all zone defense now.
yeah.
that might make us better prepared for a situation like that.
Yeah, you can bracket him. You can have somebody already lined up deep for him. You know, there's ways of doing it, but it's going to be
Right.
And
the best part about the zone and the hardest part to plan against the zone is the idea that you watch enough tape, you know where they like to go.
Yeah.
You know what part of the zone they like to sit in, and you watch the tape enough, and you can sit that, you can watch that, and it's.
Yeah. I see. The thing is, I have faith in Ruggs. I just don't have faith in Gruden and that team. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's a great receiver, and he's going to be great in the NFL. I just don't think he's going to be maybe properly utilized. Right? I don't know. I just don't like that team. So, but anyways.
Eric says the ghost of Al Davis is making picks.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ricardo is a Broncos fan from Mexico, and he's tuning in. So I think that's 6 countries now.
That's awesome.
Is that 6 countries we're sitting at? I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
How many continents are we on right now, Chad?
Oh man, we surpassed 100 like within the first 30 minutes. So
100
continents.
Oh, continents. I heard comments.
That's
I heard
impressive.
comments. Continents? I don't know. I heard comments. That's why I was like, what?
49ers are
Okay.
trading
49ers are trading.
with the Bucks.
Oh, here's the first trade.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's one spot.
Yeah, it's John Lynch played another GM, man. Like he does so well.
Oh man. Oh man. I bet you it's for someone that they had no intention on getting too.
So we got.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Wow.
This
Tampa
could be
Bay
worse, I
is
think.
up twice now.
I just want to make a
So-
quick plug. Thank you for everybody that's watching across all 100 continents. I really appreciate you guys listening in to Orange Tweet.
I don't know how many continents there are. I don't know how many comments there are, but continents, I don't even know what that is.
Dude,
Oh wait,
got-
no, they still have 14.
Yeah, they just traded.
Yeah, they have
probably
13 and 14 now. Yeah.
some late. Oh man, they're taking a tackle and a receiver here.
Yep.
Maybe. I
Guarantee
mean,
you.
sometimes I've seen.
Well, you're
I
not
mean,
going to take 2 receivers, you think? I mean,
It could
This
also
might be
be.
this. You're right. This might be
It could be a delay on updating, like figuring out what the trade actually was.
Maybe.
I'd be surprised if they got back-to-back first-round picks without.
Oh well, because I think just.
I mean, unless they
49ers
traded next year's first round.
It's possible. Definitely possible.
49ers don't have a 2, a 3, and a 4, so they probably traded that one for maybe a bunch of Tampa's middle round picks this year, right? So Oh no, okay, so yeah, you were right. It's just a delay. They just swapped there.
It is a delay. You're right. Okay, good call.
Hey, Mr.
Man, that'd be
Arians.
nuts though if they.
Right? Oh my god.
This guy's built for Florida, man. Look at him.
Yeah,
He looks like Kevin
A family.
in 50 years.
but I won't be in Florida.
Fine, you'll look like that in Colorado, man.
Yeah. I mean, definitely not in Florida.
Yeah, they probably go for Wirfs here.
Well, this
Yeah.
pick or
How many times have we said
San
that?
Francisco's 14.
Yeah, every pick now. Oh, they go for Wirfs. They go for Wirfs.
Well, so you guys are aware of the trade.
No, what happened?
Tampa Bay's moved up
Yeah.
one.
Thanks, buddy.
So Bruce Arians on the phone with somebody to let him know that they picked him.
Probably got to
He
be
obviously traded up with a pick in mind.
He's ordering pizza. That's what he's doing.
I mean, if
Hawaiian,
Tampa Bay's trading
pineapple,
up,
and
don't you think they're
ham.
receiver?
I don't
get in
know.
front of-
I mean, cause there's
To
still
take the guy they want instead
there's
of
offensive-
waiting for San Francisco to pick for him.
or you pick up Wirfs to protect Tom Brady.
It's got to be Wirfs.
But why? I mean, do you think that San Francisco is going to take him? Like, why trade up for him?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, who else is
San
San
Francisco?
Yeah, I know.
Because
Yeah.
like Staley is retiring in a few years, and they have some holes on offensive line, and you can never have too many good offensive linemen. And Wirfs is he's a bit of a developmental player, so he probably won't start day one. He'll probably play guard his first year, if anything, and then next year move to tackle. But this is the pick they have to make, man.
I don't know. Maybe they're pulling another Bears trade where they, they're going to pick Kinlaw, the guy on defensive
That's
line
what we were talking
the
about.
whole time,
Yeah,
and get extra. depth
John
out of
Lynch
it.
just playing somebody.
Or pick up a receiver, man. They might take CeeDee Lamb here and give
Goodell's
CeeDee
on
Lamb
the
to
screen.
Brady. Like, holy.
Bucks pick. Tristan Wirfs. Wow. Okay.
Yep,
So they did
there
trade
it
up
is.
one to get Wirfs.
So we're Judy
spot.
or CeeDee Lamb
Interesting.
will be to us guaranteed
Yep.
in our pick.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
That's amazing.
Man.
That is amazing.
So
Yeah,
is
would
Kenneth
you-
Murray.
Now you guys would be Now you guys would be happy with CeeDee Lamb, right? We haven't
Oh,
spent
yeah.
a whole lot of time on CeeDee
Oh,
Lamb, but
yeah.
very much.
there
He might,
are
I
money-
think he could be the number one wide receiver in this draft.
yeah,
Years down the road, easily.
I've heard DeAndre Hopkins is
We're
his
talk-
most comparable, professional.
Yep. Hopkins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we're
no,
talking about like best player available. I mean, man, that's rough.
Who would you go with?
Jared would take
Between
Patrick
Judy or
Peterson.
Lamb?
Yeah,
No. I Kenneth Murray before that, but
yeah.
I
Jared's just not going
I
to give
honestly-
up on this Kenneth Murray thing until it happens.
let me have it. No, I think CeeDee Lamb's a better receiver than Judy, and that's just me. I think he's a better route runner. He's a better possession receiver. I think honestly, and it sucks, and everybody loves Cortland Sutton, and I love Cortland Sutton too, but I think he'd be a number 2 to CD after at least a year.
Really?
What
Wow.
a great problem.
Really? That's interesting.
That's he would be the best number 2 wide receiver in the league. Like
Yeah.
by
I'd be
Absolutely.
okay with that.
immediately.
If that's the case, I'd love it.
Yeah, I mean, like you say,
I honestly didn't think CeeDee Lamb would still be here.
good problems
I
to
did.
have. No,
Yeah.
No,
well,
not at this point.
so the Broncos
Now
get a
with-
receiver, and we assume they're going to receiver. Do you think? Okay, now let's talk about it. What are the chances for a surprise here?
Are you talking about San Francisco?
Well, for San
All right.
Francisco, sure, but then for Denver, if now that there's
For
2
Denver.
receivers left on the board for us, is there a
Well,
chance we still go a different direction?
I was all about trading down before, but with
Now I don't
Seniors
think
or,
so.
or Lamb there, I would kind of be bummed. at
Yeah,
this point.
I agree.
I'd be pretty bummed out about that.
Especially if you don't have to trade up and you still get one
I
of
don't
those
know, man,
three guys
like-
that, to me, perfect.
Man,
Take it all day
considering
long. I
San
get it. It's a deep
Francisco-
draft for receiver, but those 3 guys are clearly above the rest, even in a deep draft. So take
Yeah,
them.
Considering
I think there's still a drop off. I mean, maybe you could say Jefferson's there too, but even then, I mean,
I the two guys who are left, I think, are still safer prospects. And I've seen Jefferson's kind of sneak into that conversation of, maybe it's a top 4 group, not a top 3 group, just in the last week. But to me, I still think those three guys.
You can't. I think it's a top 5. I still think it's
Mims?
top 5s with him and Mims. I think that's a top 5
Mims
group.
Is there too? Okay.
Well, I think
think
once you
so.
throw Mims in there, then you bring who's the guy from TCU that I'm blanking.
Jalen Reagor.
Reagor. Then I think once you bring in Mims, I think you bring in Reagor. I get slippery slope very quickly once you talk about these wide receivers.
And then there's guys in the
Yeah,
league. I'm not one of them, but there's guys who'll pound the table for T. Higgins too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, Michael Smith is asking who's faster of CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy. I don't have the
I
stats.
think they had the same 40 time.
CeeDee Lamb is fast.
Same
I think they're
40
very.
time.
Hold on, I had it pulled up earlier. Let me.
I think I can look right.
Yeah, their 40 times was similar, like by like a half a second, or by like a half.
That's a big
millisecond.
half of a second. That's half a millisecond. That could really.
CD Lamb ran a 4.5, so yeah, very similar.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Jerry Jeudy's a 4.45. So yeah.
That's the thing. I think Jeudy and Lamb are.
Fundamentally.
They're so close in comparison. I'm not gonna be upset with either one.
No,
They're-
they're
They're
could
both
be the
very
best.
similar receivers.
So yeah, I'm happy either way as long as we get one of those two guys. But we've all been disappointed by the Broncos in the past, right?
Well,
Right.
carrot bowls. What? San Francisco's got less than 3 minutes on the clock, and then barring anything crazy happening, Broncos will be up next.
Here's a question thinking about that trade. Do you think Tampa Bay thought that Denver was going to be trying to trade up to that spot?
Maybe.
That could be.
That's
That very
part
could
of
be.
Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they probably got a little bit more from cool.
From Tampa Bay. Yeah.
What was it? Hey, does anybody know what the trade was?
No, I don't have the
They won't
terms
say
yet.
till later.
Nah.
We'll
They're
probably
always
find out
delayed.
tomorrow.
Yeah, they're always delayed on those trades, unless it's
Here it is.
first like
49ers received the 2020 first. Obviously, they're that first round
I stand
pick
corrected.
and a 4th round.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So fourth
So
round,
the
move up one spot.
Buccaneers moved up 1 spot and got a 7th round. So
Okay. Yeah.
Is San Francisco the team that I'm thinking of that didn't have a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round pick? Yeah. Okay.
They
yeah,
filled their fourth there, and they're probably going to trade out of the 31st pick too.
Yeah.
So
sorry. So the Tampa Bay tweet was, "We've traded up for San Francisco for the 13th pick." I thought the Tampa Bay tweet was, "We got screwed out of a 13th pick," but that's not what it said. That's not.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer team.
thanks for sharing, Jared.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Adventures in Phonics.
I mean, it's the whiskey. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Well, Javon Kinlaw.
All right, so we're still on the clock.
Might grab Kinlaw.
It's going to come down to the wire here.
So now we have CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy. Like that's if we had both. If we had both options, like
we might have CD Lamb, and we might have Jerry Jeudy, or we might have.
I don't know. I don't
Murray.
care. I don't care. One or the other.
Yeah.
Give me one of them. I don't care.
Just don't.
Hey guys.
Go.
Hey, if you're watching right now, I know there's a lot of questions coming in. We're going to stay for a little bit after the Broncos pick to kind of break it down and answer some more of your questions. So obviously things are going to be, we're in the moment. We're here with the Broncos pretty much coming up really here quickly soon. So hold on to your comments and questions, and we'll get to them. We'll have a lot more information once we know what the Broncos pick or what we do.
Yeesh.
Yeah, we're probably at 30 seconds now, unless the pick is in, but
45 seconds.
This
waiting
we're
for
on
a last
commercial
second
right
trade
now. We're
here.
coming back. Oh, there's Jerry Jones. I don't know why I'm seeing him.
Apparently, Jerry Jones is making all the Cowboys picks this year. Nobody's helping him. It's going to be
I heard.
a nightmare.
Oh,
Like,
perfect.
yeah.
That'll make good for.
I heard he said no one bother him while he's in his war room. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
oh man,
Awesome.
it's going to be bad.
You know, I saw plenty of mock drafts that had us getting Jeudy as the number 3 wide receiver. So that'll be interesting if we still take him with Lamb available. Because everyone had Lamb, I think, as the first wide receiver.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be
I mean, they
interesting.
either had Jeudy or Lamb going first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen both interchangeable kind of as far as first off the board. All right. Pick is in, but they have not tossed it to the commissioner yet. We do not have a Goodell site.
I gotta admit, David, I'm sweating over here. Our bet. I'm getting a little nervous.
I can see that. Yeah.
David doesn't look
I'm
nervous
getting a little.
at all.
I got sweat.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He's perfectly fine. I might owe him some things that I'm not super happy about.
Little thing in the back of my mind that's like, be careful. Like, don't get overconfident about it right now, because this is the year that you could just be screwed. But it's looking good.
Hey, Jared, Eric says if you're going to be drinking from a wine glass, you need to have your pinky up.
This is I've been trying to do the pinky up. Also, this is a New Belgium. Let's see if I can get this. This is one of the New Belgium.
No, not working.
It's not a beer, but that's what there is.
Oh, okay, there it is.
The light.
Blair's not.
It's a.
I mean, if you're not drinking with your pinky,
so
we have a commissioner.
No matter what's in there.
Here he is. 49ers pick.
Jerry. Nope.
Javon Kinlaw.
Oh, that's a good
Wow.
You got your choice of both.
Replace,
Okay, guys.
All right. So, given that the pre-draft rumors that you've been hearing, connecting players to teams have been, not all the way accurate, but in a large sense accurate up till now.
Very accurate compared to other years.
Is it going to be? Do you think that gives Jerry Jeudy the edge over CeeDee Lamb here?
Oh man,
I don't know if the Broncos thought they would have a chance to.
I'm sure they did their diligence, but I'm sure you're probably also right. They thought these guys, it would be one of these guys, maybe.
But at the same time, we keep talking about the depth at wide receiver. I mean, maybe they all knew something we didn't. And maybe
Ray thinks it has to be a receiver now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared, I'm feeling pretty good about this bet.
I'm not. I'm sweating pretty hard. I'm perspirating over here.
Yeah, no, I can. You're nervous.
Hey, for everyone watching, just go ahead and comment right now what player you think we're going to get. Let's see these comments.
Yeah, do
what
it.
you guys think before we make the pick. We got less than 7 minutes on the clock. Broncos are up, and David is about to win a bet, I think.
Look. Can we just? You're not okay. Can we just? I just need to. I need more to drink. This is bullshit.
Also, Eric says if he's a bartender, or Eric says he is a bartender, and that's a wine glass.
This is New Belgium doesn't give wine glasses. I just am not drinking a beer out of it.
But the last word is glass, so either way you can drink anything out.
You are a man in the comfort of your own home, and I don't think you have to justify your choice of glass to anybody. That's just me.
Exactly.
Thank you, David. Thank you. You're saying that now, but understanding that you're going to be rubbing in so much like 30 seconds from now.
I'm hoping that I will have reason to be magnanimous about the glass. Let's put it that way. I will have other things to do.
Jared, you do you, man. If you want to drink out of a shoe, you fucking drink out of a shoe.
Drink out of a shoe.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, I should probably be drinking white wine out of that.
What I'm seeing is it's pretty even between Lamb and Jeudy. It's pretty much an even split from what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to be upset either way.
Nope.
5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock for Denver.
Maybe listen to some trade options.
Got to listen, but at this point, I would have to be pretty compelled to trade down. I think the way your board sits.
Well, you trade down 2 or 3 picks, you still might have an option of Jeudy or Lamb, especially if you're torn.
That's true. Or Kenneth Murray.
Also, you would lose the bet if we trade down.
Yes, Jared. No, that's yeah.
Keith thinks always in a trade back. I saw another one. David.
Pick is in. There will be no trade back.
There will be no trade. So if you guys thought there was going to be a trade,
it's got to be Jeudy or Lamb. God,
it's got to be Jeudy or Lamb. I hate this game.
It's going to be Jefferson. It's going to be Jefferson.
I missed the bet. My internet was cutting in and out. What's the
the bet is I thought we would not pick a receiver in the top 15. And I bet a steak, a half a 6-pack, and something to be said on something that I don't want to say on a later podcast. that I'd have to admit. And
About what, Jared?
I don't want to talk about it.
Just say it now.
No, we shouldn't talk about it yet. Let's
Okay.
not spoil
Kliss
the
just tweeted what? What did Kliss just tweet?
Dude, Judy or Lamb? Man.
No.
Judy or Lamb?
Judy. Kliss just tweeted as Judy.
There you go.
Interesting.
That's a great pick.
Well, I feel like if Kliss is, we can take that as Kliss doesn't tweet it unless he wants to look like a real jackass, which, Kliss is not afraid to look like a real jackass. But
I mean,
have you met Kliss though?
no, I have not, but I'm familiar with his work. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a nice little side-by-side of John Elway and Vic Fangio. John Elway has conspicuously put 3 Lombardi trophies in the shot. Power
Of course.
which honestly,
Smart man.
I hate it. Like,
Power move. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
power move.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's awesome.
Jerry Judy is looking at his phone but not talking on his phone.
Okay.
That's
I would love it if it's not Jerry Judy and Mike Kliss just looks like a jackass.
Oh,
That
he
honestly-
deleted it.
yeah, that would be worse.
Deleted.
Honestly,
Take a
that would be
screenshot.
almost
He would delete it
losing the
quick.
bet to you, Jared.
Seriously, take a
Almost.
screenshot so we can remember this.
Here we go, boys. You excited?
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, so
Not at all.
excited.
John, no.
I'm so excited. for
Business
Jared
as
to
usual.
make this bet.
This is like a 4th and goal situation with the game on the line.
Goodell is making the pick.
We did not see Judy on the phone.
Jerry
I'm
Judy is the
seriously-
pick, boys.
Jerry Judy's
Wow,
the
there
pick.
it is.
Talk about it.
Jerry
All right, Jared.
Judy, ladies
You know
and
I like
gentlemen.
Jeremiah,
That's amazing.
and I think you know what
Denver
kind of beers
Broncos
I enjoy.
2020 pick.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you having me on. This is great. I'm just gonna.
It's okay, Jared. We still love
Big
you.
Mile High salute to Jared.
Okay, guys. So
Look, I just want to say the fact that they both dropped to 15 is absolutely unreal.
Oh. Does Atlanta take CeeDee Lamb?
But where did the drop happen? I mean, I don't
All
feel
right,
like
Jared, let's cue up some highlights. What do you got for us on Jerry Judy?
Oh.
Oh yeah, I had it pulled up too. I'm gonna delete it. Can we just okay? All right. No, look, I'm excited for Judy. I think he's going to be a top receiver in this league. I feel like we have so much other things that we need to take care of.
I would agree with you, Jared. If it wasn't Judy or Lamb there, I would have agreed we should have traded back. But I think it's worth the pick because I think there is a legitimate drop off after the top 3.
So one of the
We got-
things they're showing
got a
on
blue
the
chip
TV,
talent.
one of the things they're showing on TV is, just so you know, he received straight A's the senior year of high school, which I don't know why that is something they would list, but just so you know.
High school, right? I mean,
Yeah, high school. So anyway, now you know. But you guys happy? I'm happy.
Very happy.
First, is this the first
Oh,
Alabama pick for
speed.
Denver?
this is in the first round.
In the first round? First round Alabama pick for Denver. Yep.
Yeah. Last wide receiver taking the first round, Demaryius Thomas. I think that worked out pretty well for us. So
That worked out pretty well, yeah. Oh man.
Now, let's look at how this offense now stacks up. You've got Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy, Noah Fant. You've got Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay. And if Drew Lock becomes the guy that you want him to be, none of those guys is over 26.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome.
more importantly, you have Schumer, former head coach, offense coordinator. You have Shula coaching the quarterbacks, former offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, obviously. But it's a good combination, and young and cheap, and man.
Yeah, wow. I am excited. We didn't have to trade up to get the guy that we've been, kind of talking about this entire time. We get to keep all of our, we have 2 or 3 third-round picks.
I think there's 2.
Three
two.
third
I'm
round.
pretty sure it's
Wait,
3.
third round?
There's 3, yeah.
And so now we
have
another
3
thing we've
third rounds.
heard, and I wonder if it comes true, is that we've been looking up to move up to have another pick between now and 46. Do you guys think that third round pick comes into play there?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would think so.
Wait, to pick 36?
No, not just a pick between now and pick 46 when we pick again.
Yeah, I would think. I would like to see us do something.
Oh man, if we could trade up to get Queen.
Oof. Oh, that would be nice.
I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know how we can and still.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of. We have so talked about the offensive tackle still on the board.
It's a steep price. I think it's maybe too much to pay, but for maybe that last third round pick, though, like we said earlier, San Francisco's looking to trade out a 31, right?
Yep.
So, are you saying 2 and 3 they move up to 31?
No, not 2 and 3. Just a 3.
3.
I mean, all they had to, they had to pick they had to trade a 4 to move up one spot in the first round. I don't think you're going to have to pay much more than a 3 to move up from third to second round up to 31.
No. Am I saying? Are you saying we trade our second round pick and our third round pick to move up to?
No. You keep your second round pick. Trade your third round pick, one of your third round picks this year, and if you need extra ammunition, I don't know, throw in a fourth round pick next year and move up to number 31 with that ammunition.
They're not going to trade their first round pick for a third.
They're not going to take that.
You don't think so?
Right?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Are you high right now?
Yeah. Actually, I am.
Jesus.
Have you seen the Broncos the last 5 years? That first round pick next year could be in the top 10.
That's true.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it's
no. I'm talking about San Francisco's pick at 31.
Who are the Falcons taking? Kenneth Murray.
But what are you saying we're going to trade to get up into that spot?
Yeah,
Matt, nobody cares about the Falcons.
Second and a third to get to that spot.
I care.
Hey, Red Cloud. I don't have Orange Weekly patches, but I might get some for your New Jersey. So we'll see.
No, I'm just saying, David. What are you saying to get to that 31 spot?
Right. I mean, maybe it's more than a third and a fifth, but I don't think it's going to cost a second and a third to get there.
To get to third, David.
Into the first round?
It's the second.
Into the first round.
31st overall pick. I don't know. It's just I don't think that's as highly valued as like I think it's I don't know. I just don't.
It's basically a second round pick.
I think we're missing something.
Basically,
maybe 2 3s and a 5.
I think we're not all on the same page. So you're saying the Broncos could trade the third round pick and a fifth round pick to get into the first round of the NFL draft?
No.
I mean, the 31st pick is basically the second round.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, but you know what? Third round for a second round.
I'm trying to help David out.
To play devil's advocate on my behalf.
I am.
We talked about this earlier too.
No, I'm rethinking everything.
I'm thinking
we would have to give them our second round.
Yeah, it would have to be second and maybe a third.
Would that be worth it?
And a third.
Would that be worth it?
Give them next year's second then.
Okay.
I don't think they take that.
Me and Matt thought you were saying next year's first and a third this year.
No, I thought you were saying
that would be insane. No, that would be insanity.
Okay. All right.
No. Yeah, you're right. No, the Broncos could easily be picking in the top 10 overall next year.
Yeah.
No.
Some of these comments are pretty hilarious. You guys are funny. I like it.
We're having a good time.
Lincoln says, "This is not Madden, dude."
I tried to trade Jarrell
on rookie mode
in Madden. It laughed at me. It literally came up. It just said, "Ha ha ha! No, seriously, what are you going to give me?"
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Yeah, Madden. You don't let Madden. Madden doesn't let you get away with that. All right, Matt. Bonus pick time because the pick is in.
Pick is in, man.
What are you getting?
Don't say anything. I want to hear it on my own.
Okay.
No, we haven't gone to Goodell yet, so we can still. What do you think? Who do you like on the board?
I
Derek
like
Brown.
Murray. Derek Brown's been taken.
I'm yelling out names.
Derek Brown's been taken like 10 picks ago.
Justin Jefferson.
No, they've already.
Xavier McKinney.
If
Xavier McKinney.
They'll take CeeDee Lamb. You know, come on.
I'm just yelling out names.
Yeah,
Xavier McKinney's an interesting name there. What about CJ Henderson?
CJ Henderson is no. He's gone.
He's
gone.
Oh no, he's gone. That's right.
No, he's off the board. Yeah.
We've got a Goodell sighting.
Oh man.
Hey, for everyone watching while we're
AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell? I told you not to fucking tell me. I said, don't tell me. Let me see it on my own screen.
know what that
You didn't
face
say
was.
don't tell me.
I did. Oh, whatever.
Everyone
AJ Terrell.
watching, go ahead and give your grade for the Broncos pick of Jerry
All right.
Jeudy. What
AJ
grade would
Terrell.
you give that? I want to see what you guys all think.
So CeeDee Lamb is still on the board.
Yeah.
I'm interested about that.
Miami's going to take him. He's not getting past Miami, man. Tua and CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
What has happened to get us to the point where CeeDee Lamb is still on the board when we thought all three wide receivers
What
were going to be gone
happened?
by pick
It's
12,
interesting.
pick 13? Everything was
It
gonna
happens
be-
every year, you know. It happens there's always one player every mock track has going as the best, and then they
It
fall.
just flows downhill from there, I guess. See, Brian says B plus. Dennis
I
says
think B plus is a solid
9.5.
grade.
You don't think it's an A for Jerry Jeudy?
No.
You know, it's a really solid B
Well,
plus.
I'm just saying
because-
what. Okay, because what?
To me, an A pick in the draft is like, oh my god, you got a top 5 player in this draft somehow. And
Bradley Chubb at number 5 was an A.
that was an A.
Okay.
That was
Right.
an A.
Okay.
That was an A plus.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. This is a solid B plus.
Which is good at 15. I wasn't so sure. So
Right.
I'll take a B at 15 because
Oh,
I
easily,
wasn't sure what was going to be available.
Okay,
I think
Matt,
if
what are
can
you
get a B
thinking?
at
Are you
15 in
happy?
An average draft
I
year. I
am
think
happy.
you're
Yeah.
doing well.
Needed a corner. He's aggressive, good school. You know what I mean?
You're talking about Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I changed it.
And I think it's,
I changed it. I knew he knew what I
We're
meant.
talking about the Broncos.
oh no, I'm not talking about the Broncos. Broncos is over. I'm on the Falcons pick now. No, I think it's a good pick, man. I'm happy with it. It's all good.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
So before we log off, pivot to the second and third round. What do you think our strategy is from here? If we don't trade up again.
Linebacker maybe would be cool.
Well, there's no linebackers like worthy of starting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said it would be cool, Jared. Damn.
I kind of hope we get Logan in the 3rd round, the wide receiver from Wyoming.
Even like Cushenberry as guard could be a great pickup too.
Yeah.
Maybe John Simpson as Kevin Loves. Maybe we could pick him as well in the 4th round where he should go, not in the 1st. Kevin. And I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of options here. Even a backup tight end, even great.
I don't think it's going to be
DB.
that.
Cornerback and O-line are kind of my next
Yeah.
focuses, I think.
Yeah, I think cornerback is going to be huge.
Who do you like there? Christian Fulton, Cameron Dantzler.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bolton.
Fulton. Yeah, well sure. Yeah.
If he's
So,
available. I don't know
we
if he's
might
going to be there.
we might be talking about Fulton as a 1st round pick before too long.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's very possible, especially with not 3 cornerbacks off the board already.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's higher up than most expected, I think.
Well, we'll
A
do.
lot
Do
of
you want to do
people-
let's do the Cowboys pick for Lalo, Jared. What do you say?
Let's do that.
Okay. Jared's brother-in-law, big time Cowboys fan.
No,
Uh,
big time.
Yeah.
Got a
Yeah.
great
I always
team.
judged him for that too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't even watching.
At
But,
first you're like, oh, that's a cool guy. And then you find out he's a Cowboys fan. And you're like, oh, no.
Not so
if
much.
nothing else,
I hope he's
Cowboys
watching.
are always their candidate to do something interesting. So let's see if they do something interesting.
Especially if Jerry Jones is the only decision maker there. Not surprising, though.
It's weird because he looks like he's in this like Cowboys themed vault with a couch in it, and it's yeah.
God, if only they had taken Paxton Lynch.
Boy,
Thinking Lamb.
Lamb would be a great pick here, man.
That would be
Lamb.
their offense.
But it's
cow.
Jerry Jones. So
that's true.
can't say that with certainty.
Xavier
If we're talking
McKinney
about
would be
an
there,
A
too.
grade, picking up Lamb at 17,
Yeah.
Yep.
that'd be an A grade.
Yeah, that would be an A grade. We have not
Rick
talked
says-
to
Man,
the
this is
commissioner
rough. I'm mad.
Now, back to the bet, Jared. Like I said, ribeye. If it's less than 16 ounces, I will send it back. And
Look, we just have so many holes in the offense and receiver.
we don't really have that many holes in the offense.
And let's just say we picked best player available.
Yes, we did.
On their board, yeah.
And it happened to be a position of need. Is it the top need?
No. I'm agreeing. I'm happy that we picked best player available. I'm surprised that they both fell. But what pisses me off is all of those. I'm not going to make any enemies right now, but all the experts, right, talking about how we're going to pick up a receiver and we're going to trade up for a receiver because that's an absolute need for the game or for the team. And now we picked up a receiver and everyone's like, "See, I fucking told you so." That's not the case. We picked up best player available. And I'm going to be super mad because I'm going to be on Twitter later and everyone's going to be like, "I told you so. And we picked up Judy." And it's like, you told me you were going to trade up like 13 picks to pick him up. Never mind. We're going to keep going.
Man, that could be
Jared, why can't we all be right for once?
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. You're right.
I'm just 0%.
So no, wait.
I think that's the real problem here.
I was not 0% right. I said best player available.
Did you?
Well, hold up though.
I did.
If we decide that we're all right, including me, will you guys change your mind to then be wrong?
We're not all right. We're not all right.
No, we're definitely not all right. Cowboys
I'm just saying how far this is gonna go.
That's the opposite.
CeeDee Lamb. Cowboys pick CeeDee Lamb.
Might be.
Of course, man. What a pick. Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That's going to be an insane offense.
Wow.
Not a position of need for them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That is
Good. That's insane.
Yeah, that's another one that he's going to be a playmaker, but they really could have gone a lot of other places there.
They could have gone, yeah. They just that's one team. It's just their draft strategy is just never committed to improving their defense. You know,
is Chason still on the board? Right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's surprising.
Fidel, you called it. Yep. Dennis says Jerry is milking the camera time. Rick says Cowboys fans can't all be smart. Agreed. All right, guys. CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys. I think it's about time. We are over 2.5 hours into this, our longest show ever.
Oh, wow.
A marathon.
I think it's about that time. Unless we want to wait
5 people who are still watching, bless you.
Oh, we've had a solid audience.
We've had a pretty good following right now.
Yeah, you don't like your guy, Captain? Come on.
How many people?
I think at our max early on, we had like 120, 130.
Oh, nice.
And then people stayed with us. It kind of dipped to the 90s and then 50s. And at the pick, the Broncos pick, it jumped up to about 100. So people have been following us this whole time. And so
considering
you
that
guys,
there's so many online sort of streams like this, is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, right. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there.
Right now, man. So
thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is why we do this. We would be talking about the draft anyway, but we want to get you guys all involved. So appreciate everyone tuning in for sure.
Are we gonna jump back in as soon as the Broncos trade back into the first round?
I said. We're on call at this point, right?
Yeah, my fingers are ready to tweet.
All right. So, any other last minute points on Jerry Jeudy? That's a big pick. What's our thoughts on Jerry Jeudy and what is he going to bring to the Denver Broncos offense? Between
Fant, Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, Phillip Lindsay, Melvin Gordon, now Locke. That's a hell of an offense to have. A young offense that's going to stay with us for a long time.
Aside from Gordon, all on rookie contracts, it's insane.
Yeah.
And a guy who's 6'1", 198 pounds, and who you're going to be asking to be your number 2 receiver, and has a ceiling to be, Pro Bowl level number 2 year in and year out. I just a guy who can take your offense to the next level as far as dynamic.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
Solid pick.
Brian says the key is protecting Locke. Agreed. Red Cloud is one of our OGs. He has been with us pretty much since the beginning. I don't think he's missed a show. So appreciate you tuning in, man. He says he is like Julio Jones. Hopefully can find him. Hopefully Locke can find him. I can't see why Locke wouldn't have any problems, getting the ball to Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy or Noah Fant,
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. That offense is going to be dynamic. Lots of weapons.
With this I think our defense is pretty stout as well, especially when Fangio at the helm.
You'd like more depth at corner and linebacker, but if you had to go in as it is now, it's not a bad defense already.
Yeah.
Cornerback is the biggest concern.
Right, the depth at corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you'd like a little bit more of more talent there at the top of your depth chart, I think.
And maybe use.
We haven't seen what Bryce Callahan can do.
Are we going to? Is my question.
So
for an entire season.
There's the injury question, and my thought with him coming in is he was going to play the slot. So if he moves to outside, who's playing the slot?
Yeah, right.
So we still don't have an answer for who can cover tight ends, like Kelsey. We're not even close.
That's why I'm mad that we didn't get Murray.
But could Murray
Is that the reason you're mad?
I don't know if Murray could be that fill.
Oh yeah, he's a sideline to sideline linebacker. Maybe we trade back up. Maybe we trade back in. No. I'm just.
David,
I love Judy. I think he's going to be a good pick.
If we trade back up and we get Murray in the first draft,
what's it cost to get back to pick 18? A seventh rounder. Just do it. You know what I'm saying?
If we trade back in, I think it'll be for Queen in like the 20s, late 20s.
Okay. Yeah.
At this point, I don't think we're going to. And this is something that David brought up in a podcast. David, you brought this up in a podcast earlier. Is like we do not value the linebacker position. We have not ever valued the linebacker position, and it's
not
tough.
With high
and at this point,
no.
Yeah, and I feel like at points it hurt. Like I don't know.
Well, and I'll tell you, I don't know that I would necessarily be supportive of trading up for Queen, just because I think he's a lot more similar to Alexander Johnson. Is just in a mold, a really, really effective guy, but a guy that kind of we already have, and not a guy who you're going to be asking to cover guys like Travis Kelce anyway. So that to me, a guy maybe if you're looking at best fit.
Are you talking?
John, what
so
you
you're thinking? Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jared. You're already sir.
No, I was thinking. You don't think that Queen has the cover talent that Murray does?
Right, correct. I think he's more of a downhill, run stuffing, hit the hole, hit the back hard linebacker who has some of those lateral movement skills, but I don't think it's the same level when you're comparing him to Murray.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see us covering, those Travis Kelce's with a safety and not a linebacker in the first place.
To that end, a guy like Grant Delpit or Jeremy Chin in the second round may be in play.
Maybe. And maybe we trade up to get Grant Delpit.
Yeah.
Or we just pull down, like, if we're talking scheme, we just pull down Kareem Jackson.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
It depends, as you add another piece to the secondary that allow, wherever you do that, whether it's at corner or at safety or even a coverage linebacker, that gives Fangio options to move guys elsewhere in your scheme.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of our current defense is it is not as rigid. It is more fluid and able to make it work with what makes sense.
We saw them make adjustments midstream. We saw them try Shelby Harris at nose tackle. That didn't work. They moved him back. We saw Kareem Jackson at slot corner for a little while. He was much better at strong safety. They moved him over. Yeah. So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Go ahead, Matt.
I think it's about.
What do you got, Matt?
I got to take off. It was nice being here. Enjoy the draft. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and go Broncos.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hey, guys.
Peace out.
It's been a real good time. Thanks, Matt. I think going to kind of go quiet until the July timeframe when training camp hopefully starts picking up. We're knocking on wood here at Orange Weekly to make sure that starts on time. But, of course, we'll be still posting a ton of stuff as the offseason continues to progress. And when we get close to training camp and mini camp and all that stuff, any news we hear, of course, we'll be posting on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure you follow us all of those places. We're still going to push out some podcasts every now and then. We might have another Trivia Night podcast coming out here in the next few weeks. Not sure who the Orange Weekly team member trivia category is going to be about this time, but I'm sure Matt will come up with some great questions for one of us. So yeah, keep checking that out on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, wherever you guys listen to your podcast. Watch out for those updates. Make sure you go hit that follow button. We'd appreciate it. And at the bottom of the day, guys, seriously, thanks for watching us this whole time. It's been great. I'm glad we really did this, guys.
Beautiful. Thanks so much.
And thank you, John, for jumping on with us. We really appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, anybody that jumped on, and thanks, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. We're going to sign off, but seriously, everyone, thanks a lot. And it'll be football season before you know it. So we'll end it right there. So go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.